Hey guys, it's Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are here live tonight with Mr. Javier I Make Comics, damn it, Lugo.
Woohoo!
And of course,
That's right.
behind the camera, the voice that goes on forever, Trish, I know I'm forgetting something, Halsey.
Always.
Always. Especially with this weekend. We know we're going to forget something. Mr. Javier, Mr. J. Lugo Art, how the hell are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. I took a shower. I feel like $100.
Well, at least, you took a shower. Not like we could smell you, but thank you anyways.
Of course.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know a lot about you because we've known each other for a few years now.
Mhm.
And you have had your hands in some of really great comics, and you're one hell of an artist. We actually have some of your artwork. Back before I had the wall of originals. So I do have to say I got to go back to our storage and get some of your artwork so it can go up here. But
Okay.
I do have original artwork from you. I
Yes.
remember even it was Infinity Toy and Comic Con. You were in that little room off to the side.
All right. Yep.
We have a Wonder Woman and a Wolverine from you.
That's right. I remember the Wonder Woman. That's true. Excellent memory, man.
Of
Well,
course, I don't drink it all away.
And he's not me either.
true that. True that. Well, about myself. Well, let me try to go backwards in time. Doodaloo, doodaloo. All right. Right now, I'm an insurance
Strange
agent.
world. You're
Thank you.
insurance agent?
Yeah, I'm an insurance agent for a company called Anthem. They probably don't like the fact that I'm having fun after work, but so be it. I love them. They've been a great company. Started there about a year and a half ago. Actually, January 6th was my first 1 year anniversary. Doing great. We moved into a house recently, about in March of last year. Actually, my wife told me that tomorrow is our 1 year anniversary of being in this great house. Um, we moved from an apartment. That was awesome.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you said you just moved in the house. Where were you living, in the back alley?
Well, behind Home Depot actually, but I wasn't homeless.
Oh, well, see, I was thinking maybe back behind the Rays Stadium because I know you're a big Rays fan.
Yes, yes, I am actually. Was able to splurge on a Rays jersey that you can customize with your last name on the back, and I stuck J Lugo Art on the back of it, so that way when I'm at conventions, people can talk to me.
Now,
There you
Alfred
go.
Pennyworth said you lived in a box.
You know what? Alfred Pennyworth doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Damn it!
Ooh.
Okay, so
No,
Alfred,
yeah, he does. I know him. He gives me trouble all the time.
well, he gives everybody trouble. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I watch him troll everybody. Now he's a really good guy. So I'm
Yeah,
not.
he is. He is. All right. So before that, what can I tell you? Mary, my daughter just turned 16 in December.
I'm sorry.
She's driving. Oh no, nothing.
Oh.
Listen, I lucked out, man. I lucked out. She's a great kid. I'm very proud of her, and she gets every good thing in the world that she deserves. And I wish I could give her more, but I'm an artist, so you know how that goes.
So you're broke. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, mostly. So. But let me see. What else? I've been married 21 years this past March 18. Um,
Congratulations.
thank you. Thank you. 21 years is nothing to sneeze at. And,
Oh no,
it's
I'm
a
not
good
good.
achievement.
Yeah, me and Trish are on 23. This will be 24 this year for us in August.
Awesome. So I'm either
I have
doing
a
something
high tolerance
spectacularly
level.
right. What was that, Trish?
I have a high tolerance level.
I was gonna say that about my relationship too. Either, I'm doing something right or she has a high threshold for pain. And can I curse?
Yeah, you can curse.
As
Absolutely.
holery from me. So yeah. Bless her heart. Her name is Patty. She's not online, but she lives vicariously through me. So yeah, I know Trish, right? Yeah,
That says a lot about people with our names.
Oh,
yes, it does. She's a nice
oh, I
old girl
forget.
from St. Louis, Missouri.
Now, how did you meet somebody from St. Louis, Missouri?
Um, I wish I could say something epic like shenanigans, but it was at work. I got my first job here in Tampa, and it was in a call center, and you know how they put you to sit with someone to kind of listen in and see what they're doing. I got her, and we started chatting, and you know, we got married in 2000. So that was it.
Ooh,
That was a whole different era because nowadays that would be like wrong in the workplace and
right.
Oh yeah, even back then it was looked upon, kind of weirdly. Especially one day she was really upset with me, and then she went to work, and I was like 40 feet away from my desk, and she got upset and started crying and stuff. And her boss is like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna sit with him." I'm like, man up, dang it. So I went over there and apologized to her, and I went back to work, and I said, I got to make sure this doesn't happen again. I have to man up and make sure that when we both leave, we're in very good terms. And ever since, we go to bed angry, but never leave the house, angry. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, that's how it works. We're doing it all wrong.
Absolutely.
We
Don't
go to
emulate
bed.
me.
We go to bed nice and leave the house angry. So,
Yeah,
Well,
'cause that's
everybody's
like
got
the
their
norm
balance.
sometimes.
So, but yeah, I've been drawing comics since, oh gosh, I've been drawing since as far back as I can remember, 4 or 5 years old. Um, but I started drawing comics to share with people by the time I was around 28. Yeah, I was a late bloomer. You know, it,
I was
it
gonna
was one of
say,
those things. That I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I do illustrations of the characters for my friends and stuff, but not anything where I could sit down and be like, I really want to do this. Until I came here, I moved here to the States in '97. Uh, Found out that you could just buy a table and be at a convention, and it's almost cheaper to do that than to pay the admission. I'm like, okay, I can do that. So yeah, I went to Star Trek conventions and started doing comic conventions and started putting my stuff out, and people actually said, "Ooh, how much?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'd never expected anybody to want to buy this. So it grew, and I started pursuing it even more and more. And here we are, 20 something years later, and I'm drawing full comic books and graphic novels, and thinking about launching my own, art book and stuff. It's a wonderful thing. It's in the hard times, it's been able to help me, make ends meet. In the good times, it's gotten me to meet a lot of awesome folks that I never would have met otherwise. Present company included, of course. Um,
well, he's talking about you, not me.
Everybody's talking about me,
Yeah,
never
because
you.
you have the camera.
Of course.
Everybody loves you because they love the camera.
yeah, we want those 15 minutes of fame, but we don't want the 10 extra pounds that the camera puts on you.
So and you were talking about the art book, and I saw that you have enough artwork you can do 2 art books.
Believe it or not, how sometimes you go through computers and we just throw away the old ones and stuff. So I've lost some art throughout the last 2 computers, but this latest one that I got about, I don't know, 10 years ago, I have a lot of stuff in there, and I just started going through it just a couple of days ago in the morning. Started going through it and saying, "Wow, this page looks really good. This drawing looks good, or this panel looks really awesome. I'm gonna isolate it and do it." So, I'm just in the planning stages right now, but I got over 60 drawings that I want to kind of narrow down exactly which ones I want to put in, and that doesn't even include all the sketchbooks that I've done for people, the sketch covers.
Uh huh.
I got about 100 of those, so I know I got enough art for at least 2 books, and if I stretch it, probably 3. And by the time I do that, I'll probably have brand new content for another one. So hopefully, this will be the first of many volumes. Um, right now, I'm just in the thought process of it. I do need somebody who's done this before to kind of help me out, picking out, the order of these drawings and how to get it published. But I'll figure that out later. I just need to get organized and then probably approach either my friend Martin or Jesse or somebody else that I'll name drop later for assistance. So
Well, that would probably be Martin Dunn. Am I right on that one?
you're right.
See, look
He's
at
a
that.
busy man. He's a busy man. He's doing his. I mean, gosh, he's got a great family and he's got his music career and stuff. So we'll see. I may reach out to him later on and say, hey, if this is up your alley, you got the time. just let me know. Otherwise, Jesse Hansen, he's helping run. He's running CCS. That's him, and we'll see if we can do that, um, because we're working on getting stuff ready for our American Eagle launch on Kickstarter, um, sometime in April. Late April is probably where we're gonna do it. I've already done the art, did the pencils. That's in the can. Inks are happening, colors are happening, and hopefully I'll have a second Kickstarter for this year. And I got another book too that I'm drawing right now for that mysterious Mr. Alfred Pennyworth. I'm drawing a book for him. Uh, that one's called Green Tempest. And if you've seen my post, yeah, I'm doing superhero art, some of the best stuff I've ever done, if not the best I've ever done. And I'm
Well,
just
I got. I should be having a Kickstarter that you were involved in, I believe,
hmm.
coming here shortly. Something about cannibalistic camper, naked campers.
Yes, naked cannibal campers.
There we
Yes,
go.
there you go. That's the right order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know David Sumney. Him and I both live in Zephyr Hills, so we got together one time and we hit it off at this local comic book shop that's no longer in business, regrettably. But what was it called? Nerd
Heroes.
Attic.
Oh, Nerd
Nerd
Attic.
Attic. Yeah. But Mike was a cool guy. He ran that store. He invited a couple of local artists every now and then. Hey, come on over, draw some stuff, share it with the people. And I met David that way. And he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing comics again. I used to do it, then I went to wrestling, then I started doing something else, and now, he's like, yeah, I wanna do comics for real. I went up to Marvel and they liked my stuff, but I never pursued it. And he wants to do it now. So he did his first book called Return to Sender, um, which is about a mailman in cowboy times and some of the adventures he encounters while going through the Pacific West. It's pretty neat. It's got a supernatural horror kind of bent, and I did one cover for him. He liked it enough. He made it. I think he made it the main cover. And then this next project, Naked Cannibal Campers, he asked me, "Hey, do you want to be involved in this?" I'm like, "Dude, you did right by me. Why not? Let's go." So, yeah, I ended up doing two covers for him: a nice cover for general audiences, and a naughty cover as a
Well,
special,
and I think I
variant.
got the tier that had both the naughty and the nice.
So you've
And
seen it. There you go.
yes, I've seen it because, like I said, I got it coming to me. And when I told Trish that I backed another Kickstarter, she's like, "Oh, really? Damn it!" Because I back a lot of Kickstarters. I'm like, "Yeah, this one had Javier on it this time." She's like, "Okay, oh, cool. What's it called?" And told her the name of it, and she just shook her head. I'm like, "You want to see the covers?"
There you go. Yeah,
And
and I want to thank you for your support, of course. Supporting the Kickstarter. It's going on now on Indiegogo, uh, to continue, getting funds to make sure that the book is published. So, again, I'm really happy with the results. I'm enjoying the heck that people are really liking both versions that I did. And whatever David says, hey, let's do something. I'm like, let's go, let's do it.
well, see, and I liked all, because Amanda did a set of variants herself, and then there was the regular, and it's like, and when we put it up, I really liked yours over everybody else's. I mean, and even Trish did, because I even kind of gave her final say since I was doing another Kickstarter.
Okay. Well, thank you. I try to do things in a tasteful way, following the directives of making it naughty, but keeping it tasteful. So, and some of these other variants are really neat. I think they have one where it's like a Charlie's Angel version of it.
Yep.
It's all in red. That's really boldly striking in a graphic way. So I kind of like that one. I wish I'd thought about that. Um, but I enjoyed coming up with that composition and doing the research, trying to figure it out. And it turns out this is based on a slasher movie from a year or two ago, and the director reached out to David after he saw Return to Sender and said, "Hey, man, would you be interested in doing this? I've been trying to get a team together to do this for the longest time, but people say, but they don't do. They promise, but never deliver." And David's like, well, let's go, let's do it. I'm willing to. And he put this thing together so quick. He got creative liberty to do a brand new story, um, and introduce a new character, and he used a couple of characters from the movie as well. So, you know, hopefully it's a little bit of synergy. Horror fans will, enjoy the story and maybe even pick up the movie, or vice versa. People who like the movie will say, "Hey, you got anything else?" "Oh yeah, we got this comic book." So, and he's very furiously finishing issue 1, and him and David Atkins have already planned out issue 2. And whatever role I have in that is what I'll have. I'll be happy to help.
And as you guys have seen over in the comments, Trish put the link to the Indiegogo up there for Naked Cannibal Campers.
Hmm. Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
So that way everybody can go over there. Even if you watch it tomorrow, I know a lot of people have a lot of things going on this weekend. So they will. One thing with our show, Javier, is they watch it for like 3 or 4 days afterwards. So
Yeah.
what we don't get tonight, we will get, and I'll get the comments, and you'll see it later because I believe you get the comments too that will pop up since you're on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Sure. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, people are welcome to ask any questions, even if, after the live broadcast is over, I'll be happy to answer them. And as you can tell with my name there, my nickname there, J Lugo Art, that's how you find me on all the platforms that I'm on. So have fun finding me. Like find Waldo and find that
Well,
loser
see,
Lugo. There you go.
that's why I always like to put down ticker tape throughout the whole show. If they want to find you, they can find you that way right there across the bottom.
Perfect. Perfect. All right.
Now you've had your hand in a lot of Kickstarters. I know because I have a lot of those, and it's not like I'm like getting them because of you, but like the wrestling one,
Hmm.
it was one of those that I already got because I am friends with John Crowther also, and all that.
Great guy. Yeah. Well, thank you again. I, I don't contribute a lot of art directly. It's mostly covers, but the Bobby Fulton book, I had committed to it about 2 years ago, and it was done on my own time. And regrettably, you know how life is. It got delayed a little bit due to life, but once I sat down to actually do it, it was a lot of fun. I learned so much. I would lose myself just doing the research, watching the old them fight and do the wrestling thing, and it was educational because I had to kind of pick what's the right frame where everybody seems to be doing something. Comic books are very much, at least in my eyes, have to be action packed. People have to be moving, either falling or running or fighting or kicking or doing something. So, me, I'm not gonna try to draw something boring. I'm gonna try to figure this out. So, for example, this one drawing they asked me to do was Bobby Fulton put somebody in a small package. And I'm thinking, wow, if I just take that at face value, what am I going to draw? That's horrible. Okay. But once I kind of figured out, oh, that's what a small package is. Okay. So I had to figure out how the arm wraps around the leg and how the person is on the bottom, the one on the top to get the count. So out of all that, I had to figure out how do I draw this where I show the actual maneuver without giving it away. So yeah, that was fun. And of course, watching all these guys that I would catch on TV from time to time when I was a kid, and and reliving that, it's always fun. You know.
So what's your favorite Kickstarters that you've had? And I know everybody's gonna say, well, I have so many, and none is my favorite, but you got to have a favorite. Which one was like, oh my god, thank you for asking me?
Well, the Bobby Fulton. No, actually, I'm sorry. I gotta mention my first one ever, Project Overwatch.
So what'd you do
Yep.
on that one?
Martin and I came up with these characters. It started off as a what if. What if the Teen Titans had to replace the Justice League? Why would they do it? How would they do it? And we just flipped the characters, came up with weird combinations, gave them cool kick-ass names, and off we went. And before you knew it, that concept was left behind because the characters themselves just kind of took a life of their own and went in their own direction. And between Martin and I coming up with plot elements, and it was very much Marvel style. Hey, at page 20, we want to get here. And it was, up to me to figure out how do I get there, and how much real estate do I use for this fight and that subplot and plot B and plot C. And it was a great learning experience. It was probably my third comic book that I had actually drawn. I was able to use my influences from George Paris, Alan Davis, to Neil Adams on there, and up to this date, there's about 3 pages in there that I'm super proud of. That I feel like I'd be hard pressed to redraw right now, 8, 9, 10 years later. So that one I'm super proud. I'm co-owner with the characters, and right now with COVID and everything else, I've been hunkering down. I created about 6 pages, brand new pages for a re-release that was supposed to happen this year. That's been pushed back. But those characters are never very far from my mind. When I want to warm up, I draw one of them, and when I see people on YouTube videos talking about, yeah, you need to create original content, put it on a T-shirt, and all this and that, and that's what I'm thinking about. Man, I got these characters. I want to use them so bad. It's just a matter of getting these characters out. That's it. That's the one I'm super super duper proud of, and of course, I'm proud of every time that somebody thinks highly enough of me to say, join in here. But we'd love to, feature your art in our book. It's a great confidence booster, which every artist needs. We're fickle people. We're high 1 minute, low the next, and it gives me continuity. It allows me to show up at a convention with new stuff every year. Not the same old. Oh, I've had this book for 8 years. I don't want to be that guy. I'd rather have something new, even if I just did the cover, rather than keep pushing the old stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna push it because that Transformers covers that I've been selling for 6 years, as long as I have copies, it's gonna be out there. And I know you haven't bought it because there were only 1,000 copies made, and I've personally sold about 200. So I know Transformer collectors, you don't have it. So that's my spiel.
See, that would have been good at Transformer Con.
I'm sure if I had 100 copies of that, I would have sold that through. Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
TF Con, that's what it was. TF Con. That got pushed.
Yeah.
It got pushed back because it was supposed to be here last year, but it was pushed back like everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, this last year, it's been a roller coaster, man. I lucked out. I got a job I can do from home. How many people can say that? Not many. So I've been very blessed and very fortunate to be able to do this from home. And that time I used to spend commuting or going out to eat before getting home because I was starving, I can now put into being more productive, which has been a boon to me and my productivity.
Well, that's good. Me and Trish were not so lucky. We're essential and had to be out in everything. But
Ooh.
oh no, I mean, we good. We strong people. We're
strong like bull.
Yeah, we're kids from the old age where we used to eat dirt, so our immune system up good.
Yeah, you end up eating dirt when you're struggling. It happens. Yeah.
Oh no, but you got to remember, we're in property management, so we're around people daily. So our immune systems are already a lot higher than a lot of people because we're in and out. We're in and out of people's apartments all day long. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, here's to immune systems.
Exactly. And rum.
We're the people you call when the toilet stops working.
Yep.
Okay, I've gotten that call several times.
Well, you said you used to live in an apartment, so everybody who fixed everything that broke in there, that's me. That's me.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I never wanted to bother those people. It's like I can get a plunger. I can do this myself. As long as I don't put acid in it, I'm not gonna damage anything. So
well, see, you're the kind of tenant that I liked because you didn't call me for every little thing.
Yeah, light goes out. It's a light bulb. There you go.
Oh, that one's my favorite. My light bulb went out. Walmart's across the street.
My favorite is my smoke alarm's beeping. Well, you need to change the battery. Oh, I took the battery out. That's why it's beeping. Put it back in. Well, every time I cook, it goes off. become a better cook.
Yeah. Yeah, quite literally, I had to change what I was using to cook. There were certain things I could not cook because the darn thing would go off because it just produces too much smoke, like steaks on a cast iron skillet. It just
Oh
smokes too
yeah.
much. Can't do it. Now in the house, well, I can open the windows and it's a bigger open space, so yeah, it's more conductive to making really really nice steaks, but which I've missed. So it's been kind of nice.
Well, see, my favorite saying is when you're going through the apartment community and you hear somebody's smoke alarms going off, I always look at one of my guys and said somebody's burning salad.
Yeah, yeah, you could say that. You could say that. Yeah, because they ain't calling you. Not for that
Oh,
one.
oh, you get it. And I like the ones that's like it won't shut off. It's like open up your windows and get the smoke out, and you're fine.
Yeah, yeah. I busted a window like that. I, I don't know. I was just being careless. I was just gonna close it. I tipped it a little bit down, and gravity did the rest. It took the next 2 feet and it just slammed it shut. Bam! Spiderweb breaks all
Now,
down the window.
now I'm going to ask a question. Now that you, how different is your drawing and your um from going from the apartment to the house? Has it affected how you draw and the everything?
No, I can't say that it's affected it in any way because I was drawing where the dinette was supposed to be. We didn't have a table and chairs to sit and have dinner. It was my art table just stuck right there next to um that thing back there.
Oh
What's it
yeah,
called? The bookshelf. And
bookshelf. Yeah.
my yeah, and this table was just stuck right up against it by the side of it. And I would draw and I need a reference and just reach out and grab it, pull it up, look at it, put it back, get to work. What being here has allowed is the quick transition from thank you for calling to shutting it all down, putting the two monitors aside, tilting the table up, bam, getting to work. I can literally do that in less than 3 minutes. So yeah, that's really helped. That's really helped my productivity. I understand now I'm not drawing, single illustrations where I can do like one or two a week. For comics, I have to draw, so many different panels. So I really need to make sure I get 8-10 hours a week at least to be able to have a nice clip of getting work done. So that way in 2 or 3 months, bam, I can tell somebody, here's your project, it's finished, all the pages are in. So
Got a question. Got something for you. Tina Sorrento says, "I just backed Naked Cannibal Project. Got the package with Javier's nice cover. When I get it, may I send it to you to sign?"
well, that's very nice of you, Tina Sorrentino. Yes, of course, I'll be happy to sign it. Next time I see you, either at a Clearwater, Emerald Comics, or, you can mail it to me, whichever. That's fine. I'll be happy to. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it.
And if you look how he says her name all sexy and shit, Sorrentino. It's like, yeah, Sorrentino.
Hey, I'm
Sorry,
trying
Tina.
to
I
be
can't be. I
Italian.
can't.
Come
I
on.
can't be as sexy as Javier there.
Well, yeah, I can't help it. I know two languages and I dabble. So, yeah.
Hey, I know French and Chinese and Spanish. I can't speak them, but I know them.
I was gonna say, didn't you have French the other day for dinner and then Chinese last week?
Yeah.
That's how you know them.
Okay.
There
See,
you
lo
go.
mein, lo mein. I spoke Chinese there.
Caviar.
Enchilada. There we go.
There you go. There you go, man. Lo mein. Hello, man. I mean, that's Spanish with English right there. Hello, man. Hey, man. There you go. God, we're going to hell. I know.
It's
There you
okay.
go. Just lo mein to hello, man. There you go.
Exactly. At least we'll go there having fun.
Of
Exactly.
course. I'll be doing comics in the heat. It's okay. No difference from today.
It's Florida. I mean, and 90
Thank you.
some degrees in April. No,
In
it's
April.
March. We're not even in April yet. We're in
Oh my
March.
God. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's uncanny. I mean, the days are longer for some reason. and grass is growing. It's like, no, it's too early. Stop it. I don't want to go out there and start mowing again. I enjoyed, winter just because of that. Didn't have to mow for 3 months.
Yeah,
Now we're back.
at my current job, as of one more day left, it's dealing with all the leaves that have been falling for the last 2 months.
Mm. Yeah, my
Because
oak
God
tree, it
forbid.
sucks. It's been dormant and dead, no leaves for about 3 months. Looked at it just this afternoon. I'm thinking I'm gonna break a branch. If it's brittle, I'm just gonna replace it. A whole bunch of new leaves are growing. I'm like, oh man, because I know that's gonna mess my yard too. Because those leaves fall and it
Uh-huh.
kills the grass. And yeah, shade is great, but grass needs some direct sunlight to grow. So catch 22 kind of deal.
So when you're not doing comics or drawing, I should
Hmm.
say, what do you do for fun?
Oh, Netflix for sure. Netflix and actually the experience of going out there and buying comics. Getting me out once a week. It's great. I go out on Saturdays, go to a local comic shop, grab some Conan the Barbarians. If I can afford an old GI Joe, there it is. Sometimes I go to local flea markets and take a look. I just got a hold of a couple of Thors from the Walt Simonson run, uh, where it crosses over with X Factor for Mutant Massacre. I got part one of two when I was a kid, and I had no idea how it ended. So I've just found out this morning. I read it this morning. So yeah, that's always fun. And of course, Netflix has got so much good programming. Catching up on was it WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Mandalorian. Um, geez, I didn't have Netflix for the longest time. This year, I could afford it. It's like, let's do it. Why are we buying movies for $25? I can get Netflix for 13 and get like 1,000 movies. And I finally did it. That was a great move. Everybody gets to watch what they want. I mean, my daughter has caught up on Avatar, Korra, uh, gosh, Jane the Virgin, Quantico, all these TV series that it's just too busy to be watching on a Wednesday, Thursday night because I used to work evenings. Now it's like, oh, this is so cool. We get to watch it all in a couple weeks, and we get to geek out together as a family. So that's between that and shopping. Yeah, it's my fun stuff to do.
Well, no, number one, your daughter has great taste. I love Avatar, that whole series, so she has great taste.
I gave it to her. I'm claiming that.
Okay.
Yeah, she was two when it was coming out, so I was watching that Nickelodeon like, oh my gosh, oh you're going to direct to internet instead of broadcasting it? Dang it! So that's when I had to buy internet. Was when they pushed the episodes to Nickelodeon.com first, and yeah, that was me geeking out. And eventually, she got old enough, she started watching it, and now she practices her other languages by watching it. She watched it in French, she's watching it in Italian, and oddly enough, not Spanish, not yet, but the day will come.
Christopher Gonzalez says hello. He's a good friend of the show. He does a little con here in Kissimmee in January. Um, he attends a lot of cons. Really good, like I said, good friend of the show. So how you
All right,
doing,
well,
Christopher? I hope you're doing good tonight.
all right, well, Christopher, thank you for joining in. I appreciate that. Taking a moment to say hello, and you know, got anything to ask or say? Now's the time. We're live.
Do you need Javier to say your name sexily too? So
Ooh, I totally could. Hold on. 3, 2, 1. Christopher Gonzalez.
there you go. Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, Christopher. I always love. I hope you stop by the show this Sunday because I'm gonna do Javier because you are so close to my show. I got to do shameless plugs
Of
throughout the
course.
show. Sunday, come join us at the Olo Comic and Toy Show, and we are COVID friendly. See, even the logo.
Awesome.
So
What time is it at?
it is from 10 to 4 on Sunday at the Central Florida Fort Fairgrounds.
Nice. Okay. Is it like open air or is it under a roof or what?
It's in the building. It's in the
Ah,
building there
nice.
so there should be AC going. And I say should be because you never know. It could conk out at any time, and that's not on us.
Okay.
Christopher says, no, he'll be in Daytona, Turkey Rod Run. Well, you know what? I'm more important than a turkey, but I can
Whatever,
dress. I can
Christopher.
dress as a turkey if that would get you to the show.
Oh, come on. I need to see this. Need.
No.
Well, that just
And
got you
Javier,
there.
he wants to talk. I can see he wants to say something. You can say it. This show, you can be
Just
open
say
and
it.
say anything.
Listen, I'm a visual artist. I'm already envisioning you in a turkey running. I got this.
There you go.
Oh,
No commission.
damn it.
She's already thinking
Talk to me
commission.
offline,
He is no
Trish.
fun.
Talk to me offline.
Okay, so Tina wants to know, Javier, did you have a nice time on your vacation? The pictures were beautiful.
Okay. Well, Tina, yes, I had a fantastic time. The plan was for my wife and my daughter to be with me and go over to Puerto Rico. And in March, it was fantastic. The weather was great, but my wife got COVID in February, and she's fine, but she's still showing as positive, and the Commonwealth will not accept anybody that tests positive for
Oh,
COVID.
wow.
So she had to stay back. We lost the ticket there, so be it, whatever. But I was able to salvage the trip with my daughter, and oddly enough, we had two main things we wanted to do every day, three backups, and every time something fell through the ground because it was closed, bam, we went to let's go option two, option three. Every day we had a great time just exploring the island, going to cool beaches and having, typical food. I mean, God, I gained about 10 pounds easily in a week and very happily, I may add. Uh, just eating everything I could get my hands on that I know I'm not going to get over here. And I visited my dad. I stayed with him and his wife Carmen. A shout out to them. God bless you, Dad. He just had a pacemaker installed last year, and he just had a stent in his heart put in. So, uh, it's been weird this last year thinking about him and worrying about him and being so far away. So this was a great time for all of us to connect. My daughter connected with him and with Carmen, and we had a great time. And I love him and miss him. And it's kind of weird, going back to your hometown and seeing how it is 30, 40 years later. My high school is a prison now and my
Oh,
library is burnt
geez.
down. I'm joking. But but you get what I mean. It's just weird going back and seeing the places that were vibrant when I was growing up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can tell nobody's been here in 20 years. But life goes on, and that's what we've been told when we were kids, and we didn't believe it. But here we are. Life keeps on moving no matter what. So that's what we do.
Now, I'm going to ask, because I'm going to be the ignorant guy, how is the rebuild going over there?
Um, I can't speak for the entire island, of course. I just saw my little portion on the southwest, but I can tell you this: the people are warm and they're friendly, and they understand how blessed they are to be alive and to be well and to have good health. Everywhere I go, wash hands. Every store, take temperature. Ev- Everywhere I go, masks on. It's tremendous how quickly the people of that island have just adapted to these things and just wholeheartedly done it. Even the government is sending me text every day. Hey, are you feeling sick? Just answer yes or no. I haven't been. I came back last Friday and it's still happening, but it's just a quick check in. Okay, sure. No, I'm good. So, and it's on the news all the time. I mean, of course, over there, man, Jesus, you know how sports here is like a 24/7 thing?
Yeah.
Over there, it's politics. Oh my gosh, this mayor, this senator, that senator, the US and the world and all this other stuff. It's crazy. It's like a national pastime. And we could easily just sit down there and just watch news broadcasts 8, 10 hours a day on your standard channel. And that gets boring, man. I mean, I
I
vote for you
can hear
once. I don't need an update on your, breakfast habits every breakfast.
that.
But otherwise, listen, yeah, a lot of places are closed. A lot of places are reopening slowly. I missed out on several experiences because they're still rebuilding this. They're getting their stuff cleaned up. They're getting their finances in order. Not only the hurricane, but COVID is just it's a 1, 2, 3 wallop that people are still recovering from. And it's kind of scarred the psyche of the Puerto Rican people, like I would say, you know. But in a way, it has brought out, hey, when we say God bless you, we wish you good health. It's honest, it's truthful, because right now, what's the most important thing? Family and health. If nothing else, COVID has taught us that those truths are still truths, and they will most likely remain truths forever. Without family, you got nothing, and if we got health, exactly the same thing, nothing.
Yep.
And that includes friends too.
Oh yeah. I'm going to answer Alfred real quick. How much are the tickets? Tickets are $8 per adult, and kids, what is it?
12 and under.
12 and under are free.
Yes, free. I was saying free so many times. Yes, awesome.
Yeah. Well, I just had to make sure I had the right age because I couldn't remember if it was 10 and under or 12 and under, but it's 12 and under.
12 and under. Okay. Do I need to look 12, or can I just say I feel like I'm 12?
Well, you're kind of short, so you kind of fit into that 12 age bracket, and you have the energy of a kid. I've watched this man, and Tina, we'll get back to your question in a minute. I've watched this man go from work on a Sunday, drive all the way from like Tampa to Kissimmee to do a convention, and still have energy to be out there. Like, oh my God, come see my stuff, man, and all that. I've watched you do that, and it's like, how does he have that energy? Every time I see him, he's so full of energy.
I'm just honest about how passionate I am about drawing. I mean, there comes a point in most people's life where you're like, you know what, I gotta outgrow these childish things. These things must be left behind, and you must move on, right? And I did it. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw away the pencils, throw away the paper, just concentrate on being an adult.
Well, there's
And
no fun in that.
within 2 months, I was going crazy. I had no way to express myself. I had no one to express it with. I had no connections with people, because if I didn't draw, I didn't have anything new to share. Without anything new to share, I had nothing to do. And if all I was doing was working and getting overtime, getting all this money, but all I was doing is paying bills, I had no life. So that's when I kind of realized this is who I am. I quite literally have no choice. I am an artist. I have to create. Otherwise, that's not me. So that's why when I go to these conventions, man, it's like I get to be the truest part of me that I can. I'm drawing, I'm laughing, I'm having a good time, I'm catching up with people, I'm meeting brand new people, which is awesome. I make it a personal point to make at least one good friend every show. If I can make 10, there it is. I truly enjoy the fact that there are other people who like what I do. Maybe not my stuff, but they all like comics. Otherwise, why would they pay $8 to go to a convention if they don't like half of the stuff I like? I already know everybody that I see at a convention is kind of like me. We're all in the same bar, so to speak. We're on the same bar. You may be drinking your fancy wine. I may be drinking vodka. Everybody else is drinking beer. But you know what? We're all here to have a good time and hope people remember our names.
Just to clarify, I don't drink wine, rum.
Okay. Sorry.
Rum.
Lean that way.
Okay, hold on. I got to lean that way.
Or vodka.
Rum.
Join their dark side. We have rum. Wow.
So see, rum.
Rum is your thing. Okay. Gotcha. I'll remember that.
So Tina says, so sorry about your wife. Glad she's feeling better.
Well,
And
thank you,
then
Tina.
if you throw away the childish things, you get old. Always keep a little of that child inside of you, and it keeps you alive.
Yes.
I only keep a little bit of the adult in me.
That is true.
Because I adult when I have to from 8 to 5. That's where I adult. After that, I don't have to adult no more.
Exactly. Yeah, in a way, I'm an adult for the time it takes to take care of my business. After that, I'm 8 again.
Yeah, why
I'm
do you have to
watching
still keep adulting after the job is over?
Yeah, my kids are all adults now, so I don't even have to adult there. It's like, oh, I need this. Go get a job. That's.
Yeah. Now you have the freedom to say that. I'm sorry. Are you still living here? No.
Oh
That's
no,
your answer.
mine still live here, but I make them pay rent. It's like, you're not in school, you're paying me rent.
the idea is to make them hate it so much that they go out on their own. I get it.
We're trying.
Oh, we tried. We had one out. She came back.
That's okay. It happens, bro.
Didn't
Listen,
stick.
sometimes we do need to find a secure place to strategically retreat, to regroup, and go out again.
Hey, I'm not saying anything bad. I might joke about it a lot, but we're here now, and so you're a few years away from it, but you're getting there. We're there now to catch them when they fall. Is
Exactly.
go out on your own. I'm gonna be here. I'm not gonna hold your hand, but I will catch you when you fall, and we'll make sure
Exactly.
you don't fall on your face.
There you go. That's why I gotta save money for when mine, ends up needing, bail money. I got you.
I just don't want my kids living on the side of the road in a cardboard box.
No,
I'm going to get them a
Exactly.
car that they can sleep
because
in.
because at one point we were almost to that point. So there's a difference. We don't want our kids there.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And if you can spare them that, then that's a victory. That's a victory as a parent. I totally get that.
So now I'm going to circle back around because we just did the whole serious adult thing. I'm
Okay.
going to circle back around. You said on Saturdays you like going out to your local comic book store. Which one is it? Do them a shout out, and we'll tag them
Okay.
up here. So
Okay. Yeah. I go to Coliseum of Comics in New Tampa. Okay. I go there every Saturday, every other Saturday, if push comes to shove, if I'm busy on a Saturday. They were great people. They hooked me up with a Conan collection that I've been buying every week. I get $20 worth of old Conans and just take them home and stash them. And when I get bored, bam, I'll bust one of those out, read it. I'm a kid again. I love it. The store is really well run, great selection. I actually got, I'll show you something I got there. Sorry about that. I
Oh,
should
it's
be
okay.
keeping this interesting.
It's interesting. Oh, look at that. He's not wearing deodorant. Oh, hold on
I
a
got
minute.
this sucker.
Keep it. Hold him there. Boom. I'll put you solo. That is awesome.
And I got this at the store when things were getting kind of weird March of last year. And I had accumulated enough, rewards from the store to afford it. And somebody had given me a gift card that was a Visa. I'm like, bam, bam, bam. I ended up just putting in $20 cash out of my own stash. I'd saved enough from other sources, and I got that sucker. And now I understand why every magician is like super built. These things are heavy. Those magical tomes gotta weigh a ton. Necromancying and reanimating the dead, all this stuff. Those books are huge. I
I
get
have
it.
a new respect for him.
Do you?
Yes.
Why?
Anytime you can save money, you are my best friend.
Oh heck yeah! I've been taught by the best.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I will tell you, I got you. I've been saving up my points at Living Dead Comics for 5 years. I'm getting one of those $1,000 wall books on his shelf.
Oh heck yeah! Yeah, walk out of there proud too.
Oh, I'm going to, and he knows I'm doing it too. He's like, he knows. He's like, are you going to get that Punisher statue? Because he has a nice like 500. I know. I'm still looking my eyes at that book on your wall right there. That's what I'm saving. 5 years of saving.
There you
But
go.
I will get it.
And he'll get
Yeah.
right there and somebody will buy it the day before.
Uh-huh. And then I'll tell Lee to order me another one.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Listen, that's just capital just sitting there. So I'm sure you can get them offline. You could probably negotiate a little bit on that. You know, once you get close enough, people are like, you know what? Yeah, it's been up there for 5 years. Just get it out of my sight. Here you go.
Yeah, well, me and Lee have like brother relationship. We like to argue, but
Ah, it's one of those
it's
kind
all
of
in
friends.
it's all in love. You know that.
Yeah.
That when we walk out the store, nobody's mad. We just argue.
Yeah, it's rare when you have a friend that you can pull that off with, and it's just, hey, I'll see you next week. Gotcha. Yeah, later. And then next week, let the insults fly. Bam. But
Oh yeah.
it's honest. It's at least the people I've been able to carry that kind of um, relationship with. It's always been very honest. We critique each other like the worst people in the world, but from time to time, it's healthy to have that freedom to truly speak your mind and not have it posted everywhere and reminded of it next week or next month. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. With Lee, it's one of those. I respect his knowledge a lot, and we might not just always see eye to eye and everything. So, and I think he respects me to a point. He at least respects my money.
That's something. That's always something. Yes.
No,
All right.
him and his whole family. They're great, and they're going to be at Olo this Sunday. Come see them.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Olo. Trying to figure out if there's some kind of
It's
there's
slang
a
for Orlando.
Ricola commercial, right? I'm trying to figure out if there's a Hola. Well, wait a minute. Hola is hello in Spanish. There you go. That's your crossover promotion right there.
See there, look at that.
Never mind. I'm not going to do it.
What?
Remember the old. Okay, this is going to age me a minute. Lola
She was.
Cabana.
Yeah.
She was a showgirl.
Yeah.
Yellow. Was it freckles in her hair and her things up down to there? Something like that. Yeah. Barry Manilow. I'm sorry. My mom liked him, so I have that burn in my head. Yeah, cheers. Those are the kind of memories I may not want to remember when I'm senile. So.
Yeah, well, it's okay. Trish will forget it here shortly.
Shut up.
Barry Manilow was awesome at his time. Everybody liked that guy.
We're just talking about Trish's age because she got a couple shows ago we talked about her got her AARP card in the mail.
Oh.
See,
wow. I really thought this was gone away for a minute.
And it said, "Welcome to the 50s."
Mm-hmm. My wife is older than me. She got hers, and she made sure I got a copy of the card. Ask everywhere, see if you can get a discount. Like,
see,
not yet,
she takes it. She takes it and goes with it because Trish is older than me, so. But she's trying to fight it, and we're talking, man, you get free things and discounts.
Heck yeah.
I'm working on it.
Just think about it as another club membership. All you had to do was age in, bam, save some money. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old people's club.
Don't look at it like that. Look at it as money saved, not you've joined the generation you never thought you'd reach. Yeah.
Okay. You know who I'm married to? So
who are you
every day
is
a conversation about how old I am.
My wife and I have 1 week in which she is not 1 year older than me. She's 2 years older than me. Because her birthday is on early June, and mine is late June. So she turns a year older sooner than I do. So for a good week and a half, it's old women jokes all day, every day.
You are so bad.
Yeah, right? Yeah. True. I mean, I'm testing her. Does she love me? If she puts up with this crap, she does. That's what it is.
See, and Trish got 5 years on me, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
So
half a dime lady. Okay.
Hey, I married up. Look at that.
There you go, my man. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Listen, it's a thing. Trish, understand us, guys. It's a thing. It's a thing. We appreciate you.
He learned I ain't going to divorce him because I don't have the patience to go through all that.
She don't want to go through dating again.
I don't want to go through none of it.
It's okay. Listen, you're living in the 2020s. You don't even need a divorce now. What does the song say? Walk away. But don't do that. Don't do that, Trish. Why am I talking about this?
I was going to say, Javier just told me to leave you.
Okay, well.
Steve, love Trish forever, man. Stop wasting time.
He doesn't have a choice.
Hey, I'm not going to get a divorce. You know how much money she'd get of mine? Actually, she's the sugar mama.
I was going to say, hold on a second.
She's the sugar mama.
Well, my kid knows that anything divided by 0 is nothing. So, yeah, that's how it works over here, too. So,
hey, me and her have talked about divorce, and we still argue about who's going to get stuck with the kids. Mm-hmm. I tell her she can have them. She don't want them.
I'd rather have the dogs.
No, that's my dog. You can have the other 2. Max is mine. So you got any pets?
Uh, I'm not saying a thing, brother. No. Yes. No. No. I don't. No. We've been thinking about getting a dog in our home. I'm just thinking I need a fence. I promised my old dogs that I'd get a fence, and I never did, and I feel bad. So, um, but will we have one? Probably. My daughter, by the time she grew up enough, our dogs were already 5 years old, so she never had a puppy with for her. And I'm thinking we probably want to do that before she goes off to college. Otherwise she's gonna have learn about puppies when she has kids of her own. I don't know. It's one of
See,
those things. But I love dogs. I'm not a cat guy. I'll tolerate them. That's fine. I'm like my wife says, I won't hurt them. But I'm sorry she has to go out and say that first. But no, it's not my thing. Dogs are more my speed. All they do is look, eat, and piss. It's like me. That's it.
oh no, mine begs for attention all the time.
Do they jump on your lap and stuff?
I'm going to tell you, my dog is so spoiled. My dog.
Mm-hmm.
That I bought a couch just so I could cuddle with him.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why divorce comes up in your day-to-day talk. I get it.
Oh, okay. No. Because her dog is the asshole of the bunch.
He is.
My dog
Tell me more.
My dog is the sweetest one out of the three because my daughter has a dog. She moved out, came back in with a dog. I don't know how that happened, but we're animal lovers, and I'm not going to throw a dog out, But her dog is a little dachshund, and it's an asshole.
Regrettably,
he's mean.
Smaller the dog, the bigger the hole. Yeah.
And regrettably, it's the only one that we ever bought. All of our pets have always been adopted. That's the only one we ever bought from a store, and it's an asshole.
Gotcha.
But I love him.
She does.
He's my little baby. Mean baby.
But mine, I adopted at a convention. So.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
And he when I was a traveling job, he would go travel with me. That's how I talked Christian to let me get him. I'm like, look, I'm away for a week at a time. I need some company. And look, he's so pretty and cute. And she finally said yes. And I said, yeah, I got him.
That's sweet.
And
That's
now he doesn't travel anymore.
Yeah. Why not? Oh no, you don't travel anymore.
No, I don't
the dog
travel
doesn't
anymore.
travel. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we got ours from a neighbor. A neighbor came home, was just driving around the neighborhood. Oh, listen, I got this dog for my kid. Check it out. I looked at the dog. The dog was cute. He said, yeah, they got like 9 others at PetSmart. Okay, so my wife looks at me. We look at her. Jump in the car. Bam. Go to PetSmart. Find a sibling. I said, let's get the litter of the runt. That's the one that needs us the most, right? Okay. So we picked the smallest one. It was a female. Got her. Took her home. Started raising her. And the neighbor from time to time would bring the brother over. And they'd, get along and fight and run after each other, which is super cute. Eventually, the neighbor decided to move and didn't want to move with the dog. I said, listen, our dogs get together. They're fine. And they're both spayed and neutered. And they're siblings. If you don't want to take your dog to your new house in this other state, I'll be happy to take over. He said, sure, no problem. Got the dog. Best thing I could have done, because the one dog by itself was biting everything, destroying everything. Once she had another human being for 8 hours a day, I'm sorry, not another human being, I'm sorry, another living creature with her that she could react to and stuff, suddenly all the bad behavior went away. She stopped destroying our furniture, stopped destroying anything. And guess what? They were the most chill brother and sister in the world. And we had them for 13 and a half years, man.
Ooh, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah, for 2 months, and no breed, just, hey, we just take them to the vet once a year. And even after a couple of years, I'm like, why am I paying for it? This little circle thing? What is this thing going to do? Come kidnap my dog? Seriously? Whatever. So, yeah, we only took them when they got sick or needed their nails cut or their glands expressed, which is really odd thing to say, but yeah. So, and I,
Hey,
yeah, from time to time, I'd ask my wife, "Hey, express my glands. Why don't you?" Instead of saying "kiss my
and
ass."
she pulls out the gloves and says, "Okay, bend over."
Bend over.
I thought you'd jump all over that. There you go.
That's what
But
she
yeah,
said. Oh,
so yeah, we had those dogs for a long time. Cried like a baby when we had to say goodbye, but that's part of life. And you know, like you asked me about pets before. Yeah, we'll probably have another one as we go through different stages of our life. We'll have more. But for right now, I'm truly enjoying, not having to leave places early because I gotta walk the dog, or we if our 7 day stay with the sister turns into 10, we don't have to rush back. It's a little convenience to not have a pet, but you do miss the random pitter patter of little feet and the little, hey, buddy, get out of your depression, walk me, damn it, kind of, how dogs are. They talk to you. They talk
oh
to
yeah,
me.
oh yeah. No,
Mhm.
Max is my buddy. I have a bad day at work. I come lay down on the couch, and he comes up, and if I tell him to come up there, he'll come up and he'll lay his head on me, and it's like that's all I needed to get out of the funk was just to have him cuddle with me.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna give you one thing, like the whole going to the trip and having it extended. It's nice when you have adult children that have jobs and they can't go on trips with you because they turn into built-in pet sitters.
There you go. Yeah,
And
that's
you
right.
don't get a chance to say no if you live in my house.
Well, it's their dog too, so yeah, there
Oh
you go.
no,
It
no,
comes
no, no,
with
no, no,
the
no, no, no.
it.
My daughter has a dog, but Max, he's my dog. No, he ain't nobody's.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's my dog.
Well, sounds like there's room for negotiation. Okay, Dad, you're gonna go for 10 days. Sure, just knock off $50 off the rent. There
Oh
you go.
no, no,
No.
no, no. Rent is cheap enough. If they lived in the real world, they're not paying anywhere close to what they'd be paying in the real world.
Gotcha. Okay.
So no,
Mm,
you get discounted rent, but you still have chores. And if I'm gone for the week, you watching the dogs.
That's part of the chores.
That's not bad. I mean, what is that? 10 minutes every 3 hours? 4 hours? That's
Yeah,
no big deal.
yeah.
Spend more time washing dinner plates than that. So
Okay, so we need to really get back over to your artwork. But this is what happens
oh,
on our show, man. Last week we started talking about anal leakage, and the show went sideways.
And
is
now
that
we're
like an
talking
energy
about
drink?
expressing glands.
Yeah, now we're talking about what, expanding glands or something. So
Yeah, that's when when the show is kind of like reaching that point. It's like, okay, let's veer left. Let's bring it back to center. There you go.
well,
So
okay,
art.
I am gonna have to ask: are you wearing pants? Because that comes up a lot on the show.
How do you define pants?
Okay, so as long as they cover everything, not
Yes,
everything,
then
all the important parts.
oh, absolutely, I am wearing pants. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all that matters.
If you'd have to run outside in a fire, would you scare the neighbor lady?
No, I don't believe I would because my pants would be on fire because they're very flammable.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So he just has like a napkin around him.
They're flannel PJs, man.
Okay.
That's my uniform. I work from home.
Hey, no. Hey, I'm in comfy shorts right now, so I don't. I know. I come home, work stuff goes off, and comfy shorts come on.
That's right. That's right. Me, I take my commute of 10 seconds and start cooking. Let's get some pork chops going. Let's get some rice. Let's get some French fries, whatever it is. Let's go because you know work is done.
Well,
Let's
see,
eat.
that's what I'm gonna love about my new job is half of it's gonna be from home, half of it's out in the field gonna be from home. So it's like when it's 90 degrees out, I'll be sitting in my air conditioned garage on my computer.
That's the life, man. If you can get that, get it.
I'm gonna be texting my old coworkers, saying, "Hey Joe, look at me. You sweating? I ain't."
God, I had a job with what's the place with the grass? Lee's? No, out of Plant City, man. And the job was going knocking door to door, talking about the service, the tree service, the lawn service, and stuff. And I started with them in the middle of July in
Ooh,
Florida. What's wrong with me? Yeah, first day I
yeah,
was on my own. Heat stroke. I knocked on this lady's door. She opened. I forgot the entire script. Didn't know where I was. Forgot where my car was parked. I said, you know what? I'm out. I don't need to put my health in jeopardy over no lawn service. Mm-mm.
oh yeah. And I've done that kind of work for 20 years, but I still forget to drink, and I know I'm supposed to drink, and I still forget, and it still gets me every once in a while. And it's like, God, how stupid am I? I'm yelling at my guys to make sure they stay hydrated, and I'm not.
Yeah, yeah, and that creeps up on you before you know it. Your thoughts are compromised. You're like, I'm not making really good decisions here. One way street, and I'm going in the opposite direction. Yeah, so you're right. You do need to kind of not only preach it but do it. So let's talk. You said something about art. Who's that?
I was going to talk about something like this.
Oh, oh, sorry, wrong
That
finger.
that
No,
that 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 looks like some cool artwork there.
thank you. If people will recognize it, I believe it's a homage to Iron Man 172, I want to say, in which Iron Man is in his classic Bob Layton, John Romita Jr. armor. And, my client has a collection of sketch covers with different Iron Man. And he said, hey, I got these 5 characters, these Iron Man related characters that I don't have a sketch cover for. Pick one. I said, I'll take War Machine. And I drew that up. It was tough. It was tough, man, because the original art is a certain size, and I can always take it, print it and stuff. But putting all the fine details at scale, it's tough work on the eyes. It's really rough. You can tell there's no room for error. I can't erase that. It, so yeah, it was the process itself was hard and time consuming, but the results, I can't argue with the results. It's gorgeous. And it gives me a newfound respect for people who were doing this on deadline, man. How do you do a cover like this while you're doing 20, 21 pages of interior art at the same time? 2 months ahead of schedule, turning it in at the office at Marvel. And shoot, man, I had it. I had the blueprint for this, and it still took me 3 weeks.
Okay, ask how long something like this would take you.
Well, yeah. I mean, with I can put an hour here, an hour there. That took me 3 to 4 weeks. And
Mm.
thankfully the customer was not in a rush. I understood, and I tell people now, hey, ideally this will take me 2 weeks, but you know what? Give me 2 months. I'll just surprise you if it's done earlier. But I know life does that. I'll be doing this. I'll going well along the way on this, and then suddenly, hey, listen, I got this project, and I need somebody to draw this stuff fast. And I'm like, okay, will you pay overtime? Sure. Okay, bam. I transition to that, and then come back to this. So I've learned to kind of build in some time in my estimates, because to me they're estimates, they're guesses, but to the customer those are promises, and I've learned the hard way not to promise and not deliver. Because it's happened, I'm sure everybody's got their, oh, I'll take care of it, and 3 years later, right? So yeah, so I learned that, and I'm really proud of this work. It looks fantastic. I shared the heck out of that earlier last year when I did it, and now that it's in color, I literally just got this an hour ago, and it looks fantastic. I don't know who the color artist is because they didn't sign the work, but man. And by the way, for those of individuals who are very much about, hey, it's a homage cover, why isn't their dedication? Well, the back of the actual comic book has a long explanation of what it is. It's a homage to this and that and the other thing. So the owner has it, and the owner can read it and understand, hey, yeah, this is a homage piece. But yeah, I'm very big about making sure people get the credit they're due. People put their heart and souls into this indie comic stuff, and it only seems fair and right that they get the credit for it.
And Tina says, nice artwork.
Well, yes, thank you, Tina. It is nice artwork. Anybody that pays for my work, I gotta deliver awesome. So that's my new word. I like it. I'm borrowing it from Fred Ottman, but still. Awesome.
Well, I say it all the time too. I get in trouble because everybody can tell when I do a post for Orlando Collector Deviants or Olo or everything, it always has the word awesome in it somewhere. And it's like, that's how you know if she wrote it or I wrote it. Because if I wrote it, there's awesome in there somewhere.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, thanks for that insight. I'll make sure when I check out your post, if the word awesome is there, I got you.
Because it'll be an awesome post.
Yes,
but
it is.
now you made a mention that you don't know how people can draw that and still have a deadline and all that. But the difference between you and them is you have a real world job. A lot of them other guys don't have a real world job. They're able to work on that comic and dedicate where you have 8 hours a week to dedicate. They have 12 hours a day.
Yeah, I've been unemployed before and done the art thing, and those are great times productivity wise. I mean, mental health wise, they're not because I'm unemployed and nobody likes that. But yeah, there were periods of time where hey, I'm unemployed. I'm doing my 2 3 hours looking for work. Nothing is hitting. Guess what? Let me transition and draw. And those are the times when I was able to get books finished. Like, let me see, AZ30. That was a horror book that I did between jobs. You know, got this horror story, drew it out, finished it, got a job, bam, back at work. And other projects like that. And, that, like I said before, the indie comic book scene has been very gracious to me, forgiving and giving as well. And what can I say? I love the stuff, and I just want to see people do great work. If I'm going to put my money into a product, I want to enjoy the heck out of it. And I'd rather see your passion in the work. I don't need you to tell me. Let me see it.
Oh.
If I can see it, bam, you got my money. I'm that easy.
Well, you see my wall behind me. I'm about the artwork, and I have about 4 different Punishers up on that wall because I love seeing everybody's passion for it because each one's different and each one represents the person who drew it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
I can see the person. I see the person through the artwork. Okay, so like I said, we have a Wonder Woman from you. We have a Wolverine, and we can see you in that. You know, where it as like this Batman, you can see you in it because
Yeah.
because I never see Batman and you in the same room. So I see you in Batman. Yeah, I went cheesy right there. Okay.
Imagine this. This sketch actually started off as a Wolverine sketch.
Did
If
it?
you were to take the cape away and just put claws coming out of his hand, that's how it started off.
So that's
And
why he's
after,
got the fist going on.
exactly. And I was looking at it like 3 months later, it's like, I'm not feeling it. And I had challenged myself because I'm such a Marvel fanboy. I love Marvel characters. They just seem a natural fit for me. But if I only draw Marvel fan art, I'm denying myself half of the comic book buying population from being fans of my work. So I made a conscious decision to let me embrace DC characters. So mentally, my exercise was let me draw Wolverine, and then I said, you know what, let me switch it to Batman. See his cowl, like the ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did it from Wolverine to his. It looked even better. I'm like, wow, this really does work. I did the outline and inked it, and it looked great. But it was just him running. There was no background. I'm thinking, where would Batman be running? Sewers. And I did some research, some cool sewers. Bam, there it is. I did the bricks and everything else, and now it's a full picture. I love this illustration, and I love that the darker it
So
was, the better it looked.
so I'm looking for Killer Croc to come up in a sewer somewhere.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Or he's gonna rescue some kid who's been kidnapped, or something heroic. That's the Batman I grew up reading, and some of his stories were kind of silly and ridiculous, but most of the time he was the dark detective doing his thing and trying to save people. I mean, I was just reading a book here from that era, and he says something cheesy like, "Wherever the strong bully the weak, I'll be there to stop it. And I'm like, when does he say that now?
Now, he is the bully now.
I don't know. I don't follow him that much anymore. I just watch the movies, and of course, every commentary or little snippet on Newsarama or wherever I read that. But I actually did buy his Future State book. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. The art was kind of like, okay. It almost made me say, man, I could almost draw that well. But the kid, the artist is talented. The story was solid. It was just like, hey, if you live in the future, why does everything look like it's from 20 years ago on in the inside of the buildings and stuff? But that's just me. I like complaining about stuff now that I'm older for some reason. Damn it.
Yeah, you're that grouchy old guy in the corner.
I am, man. I am. I'm turning into Mr. Grouch. That's for
I'll
those
stand over there
Sesame
with you.
Street people. Yeah.
Well,
El
see,
Groucho.
the only future state that I've read so far is the Teen Titans, because I am a Teen Titans fan, always have
Okay.
been. So that's the only future state. I hate having to buy 12,000 books just to have one storyline. It's like I'll read this storyline and piece everything together from what everybody else tells me.
Yeah, it kind of dawned on me. Why am I buying? Why am I chasing the monthly books? By the time the fifth issue comes out, I'm $20 in the hole. Okay, well, actually 25, and then hey, the trade paperback for this comes out in 2 weeks, and it's 19.99. I'm like, I'll just refill the trade. And what that did, that made me impervious to coming to the comic shop on Wednesdays. So once I waited for the trade, and then the trade came out, and I didn't care, you lost me as a reader. So in a
Well,
way, I get the need to get the trade out quickly, but you're really not giving me any reason to buy it when it does come out, which is another reason why I like indie comics. You never know when the next issue is going to come out. So if I see something I like, I have to get it, because you never know. Issue 2 may be never.
exactly. Well, no, see, I still have my pool box at my local comic book store, and it's just because I like to on certain things.
Mhm.
And I'll be honest, sometimes it's all about the cover art. I we will get stuff because at our local comic book store, like if there's different variants, he
Mhm.
knows our likes, so he'll go through and the better cover that he likes, he'll give to us because he knows that's we're about the art.
Yeah, it's good when you have somebody doing your pull list that understands your taste, and they don't know that until you have those conversations with those people, with those guys and girls. I'm sorry, everybody's younger than me, so everybody's a guy and a girl instead of a man or a woman. But you get what I mean. And once you have those conversations and you start geeking out with them a little bit, and they're kind of feeling what you're excited about, that's when you get the surprises. Hey, I saw this book; it came out. Thought about you. You're under an obligation to get it, but it's in your pile. I love that. I love that you know me enough to say he'd really like this. Sometimes it's very hit or miss. It doesn't hurt to give it a swing. You never know. I may try this new thing out. But once I let the guys at the Coliseum of Comics know that I like science fiction, I like fantasy, and Conan specifically, anything related to Conan, he puts it in there, and most likely I'm gonna grab it. Unless it's something I already own, like a trade paperback. But otherwise, science fiction, love it. Anything new science fiction from Boom. I'm reading this book called Origins. Um, robots and all that stuff. I like it. I like it. I want my books to take me someplace I can't go myself. And as much as I like science fiction for me is hard to draw because I tend to overthink everything. Oh, it's not just the future car. I got to design the 10 stages of evolution from normal cars to this one, right? And then it's not just regular people walking with futuristic clothing. I got to overthink all the clothing and the, which is why you'll notice I hardly ever draw anything science fiction because I just get lost in the history of the fake history of getting to that point. Which is another reason why I like science fiction books. Ursula K. Le Guin, the David Brin Uprising series, not Uprising, Uplift series. High Lane, Isaac Asimov. I love that stuff. I don't have to overthink whatever they're saying. Whatever they're selling, I'm totally in, and I'm a fan of that, and especially in movies. I love it. Take me there, man. Take me to Kong versus Godzilla. Take me to Serenity. Take me, man. I want to go.
And you know what? Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus Kong movie. It comes out on the 31st, and I've been dying for this movie. I'm a big Godzilla fan. I
Mhm.
even love the first Kong versus Godzilla. The cheesy monsters. I love it.
Mhm.
It's all that. My new job is sending me out to Arizona on Wednesday, the day it pulls up,
Mhm.
that it comes on HBO Max. I was like, I can't even watch it. I'll be flying.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, the pleasures denied or pleasures enjoyed.
Well, I think because usually I like watching that stuff with Trish, and it might be, you know what, I might pre-watch it over there, and then when I come back, I'll watch it again with her.
Oh, you could do that. There you go. Yeah, man. Jeez,
I won't
we're
complain.
geeks about our stuff. We'll sacrifice for whatever it is that we're passionate about. You go, man. You watch that movie 10 times.
Well, she hates the old Godzilla movies. She hates when I watch them in the house. So she
Yes.
can handle the new ones because their lips aren't like this when they're talking.
Hmm. Oh,
That
the
drives
stop
me insane.
motion. Yeah,
Well, and then when their mouths stop and they still keep talking, she hates those.
yeah. But I mean that's the beauty of these recent series of movies. I mean, I from time to time I just lose myself watching YouTube videos. You know how you go with one topic and it kind of 10 videos later it's like something almost illegal. Like, whoa, how did it get there? I watched one about.
That's her.
Hmm.
Now
You
I
don't watch
watched
YouTube
one,
videos.
and it was talking. It was a digression on that Godzilla that was made like what 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, wow, I did see that during Christmas for $2. I didn't even get it. Bam, watched it. Guilty pleasure. I have it hidden. Nobody here has seen it. Nobody knows I've watched it. Guess what? The next movie came out, King of Monsters. Bam, like, oh yeah, give him the extra power. Oh, he's coming back. Yeah. Loved it. I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Ken Watanabe, why did you die, man? You're not supposed to be doing that. Uh, it was awesome. I was half expecting to see, what's his name? Tom Cruise running away from the camera, like he does in every movie. But
Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna talk about your next artwork, and because I believe some of the next movie I'm gonna ask you about is in this, so
okay,
we can go with that one right there. I think you gave me a little bit better. Let me go that
there you
right
go. That
there.
was a little better. Okay, well, let me tell you about this one. The gentleman in the middle, his name is Tommy, and his best friend, Tommy, um, got commissioned this from me. Uh, he's got a Lakers uh, jersey. He's a Lakers fan and a Kobe fan, and he's a video gamer. He likes video games, and so among his favorite characters is Max Payne, who's on the left. Batman. Uh, there's also it's not Sub Zero. Yeah, Sub Zero is above Batman, and he's got Rambo from First Blood on the left. Iron Man is one of his other favorite characters, and then of course he loves Todd McFarlane because that's what got him and Venom, and eventually Spawn. So I have Spawn there, like the super god, right? And then next to him, who's that up there? Superman. He's a Superman fan. So I got 8 of his characters. I got him. Oh, and Turok, uh, the dinosaur hunter, is straight
Yep.
in the middle, right above him. And him being a Kansas City Chiefs fan, um, I guess his nemesis is the are the Oakland Raiders, or I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Raiders now, and that's why all those people have that jersey on. It's different people from Raiders history that are zombies, and these heroes are just wiping the floor with everybody. So, and
Now, see,
Patrick
I'm a,
Mahomes.
I'm a Raiders fan, so I'm not kind of liking that.
All
But
right, so you can recognize some of these numbers like Matusiak and Jackson, and yeah. So I have Patrick Mahomes up in the sky in the top right hand side, like the Teletubbies. The little baby in the sun. Well, little baby in the sun for him would be Patrick Mahomes. Loser. Sorry.
Now, see,
I had to toss that in there.
oh,
Sorry. He
that's fine because yep, he got his butt spanked.
well, Tommy also went on a diatribe for about 4 weeks. Oh, we're gonna kick Tampa's ass. Tampa, oh, Casey, and he was swearing up and down. And there's a couple of people, that shall remain nameless, Alfred, that were like, "Oh my gosh, nobody will bet me," blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, of course, I'm a humble guy. I'm not gonna be all in your face. But I told Tommy, if you lose, I'm gonna tell the story forever. So yeah, Tommy, Kansas City lost. Live with it.
Now Tina says, "Wow, so much detail, a lot of detail. That's really nice work.
She used my favorite word. Awesome.
Awesome. See." And then Alfred said, "Go Chiefs."
Go Chiefs. Yeah, go home. Exactly.
Now,
Uh,
what I was going to talk about the next movie because it was part of that artwork. Are you
mhm.
looking forward to Mortal Kombat?
I was never looking forward to it. No, I can't say that I am. I hope I'm surprised by it, but it got my quarters when I was a kid. And first movie, I remembered making an edit of it somehow. I honestly don't know how I did it. It's got like 3 minutes of awesomeness. The rest of it is like really awkward stuff. But dun, 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 right, yeah, bam. I just recorded that in a loop and I had it like a 4-minute video. Awesome. That's all I got out of it. And of course, once it turned into downloadable content and all this other stuff, I had my priorities. It was I'm married, I'm a dad, and I'm an artist. I can't be a gamer too. So I never went beyond a certain point with gaming. So my last game was World of Warcraft 2.
See, I can't
Wow.
say anything because I was a gamer up to like a couple years ago, until my non-work life got put into with Orlando Collector Deviants and all that stuff that took up my free time, which gaming took up before. So
Right.
it's like, well, we have a brand and we needed to expand, so that's where all my time goes.
And look at you now. Look at you now. Gaming wouldn't have brought you here. Or maybe it would have. Who knows?
Well, I don't know. I cannot say anything bad about gaming because I still like gaming. Don't get me wrong. I still like it.
Hmm.
Uh, my son is still into gaming. If anything, I taught my kids gaming, and that's one of the things that they got from me, besides my love of anime. So,
Okay.
so they still game. Um, it's hold on. Alfred wants to know: Are you sure your last game wasn't Pong?
Wait a minute. Is that a reference to? Oh, that's bong. Okay, I'm sorry. No, pong. Yeah. No, that's okay. I can't answer that question. Come on. I gotta protect
Oh,
my job, people. Come on.
oh yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, it was Qbert. Yeah, I remember Qbert. No, I never played it.
Okay, but what I was saying about going back to gaming is like we love it. There's also a fighting video game tournament that gets put on here in Central Florida.
Hmm.
CEO, it's like the second biggest fighting video game tournament. We actually cover that every year, so
Nice.
it's one of them. It's still a convention. It's just not the normal convention, and that's what we like to show people that look, we cover everything. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons, since you brought up gaming a little bit, I'm going to bring it up. Trish just secured the owner of CEO as one of my guests here coming up on the show in a few weeks. So I'm happy about that.
Nice. Well, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Good catch.
Oh no, it's all the program director. She sets up all. She sets everybody up, and then she tells me, "Oh yeah, by the way, you're going to be talking with so and so." Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
it's nice
some of
when
them
it's
are
set up
so
like
and
that.
so's.
Well, I got to make her do something to earn her paycheck, right?
What paycheck?
You got a dog,
But not your dog, right?
not my dog.
No,
No.
You
I'm not
remember.
allowed to corrupt his dog.
Oh, she can try to corrupt my dog. My dog only goes to her to try to get me to be jealous if I'm petting one of the other dogs.
I see. Okay.
Because he will go over to her and like kind of nudge her to pet him, and while she's petting, he's just looking at me like, look, bitch, I can get somebody too.
Don't get it twisted. There's more than one human there. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. That's what he's saying.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
want to
amazing.
if you want to talk about jealousy,
Hmm.
you should see my dog when I hug Trish. He hates that.
Oh boy.
I'm not allowed to touch Trish because I'm showing love to somebody other than him.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that used to happen with my dogs too. I'd be like with one, the other one would come over, kind of like push him out of the way and be like, "Yeah, here's my head, rub it." Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to throw up Silver Surfer Black.
Ah, what do you want to know about this one?
How long did it take you to do this one? Because this has lots of detail in it.
I was super inspired by this cover because it's based on the original one by John Buscema that he drew on Silver Surfer. I think it's number 4, number 2. I'm sure somebody will find it. But yes, a great project. I loved it. The gentleman approached me and asked me if, he told me, "Hey, listen, I've gone to conventions and I've had people, you know, draw sketch covers and they charge me an arm and a leg, 40, $50, and I get something that looks like you crapped out in 5 minutes. And when I tell people, hey, I want something that looks like this, well, they do end up charging me an arm and a leg, and then I get it, and it's nothing like I asked. So we had a really long conversation because he wanted to make sure that he was very clear what he wanted. He wanted that Silver Surfer number 2, the classic from the 70s, but with these specific versions of the characters. For example, the Silver Surfer is in his black form, not silver form. Okay. Thor is in his costume from, I think, like 3 costumes back. Uh, so, and he's like, "Hey, I need updates. I don't want you to commit to ink and then it not be what I want." So, we stayed in touch. I told him, "Hey, uh, I'm ready. Here's a quote." He's agreed with it. I get started. I share with him every day. Literally, I would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, make sure my kid was going to school, come back, and then draw for an hour and a half, then get ready to do my 9 to 5. And then after that, probably put another hour at night between 9 and 10. And little by little, I got this sucker done. It's one of the pieces I'm most proud of. And when I do homage pieces like these, in a way, I feel like I'm connected with the original artist because I am literally retracing their steps. And I'm learning, oh, that's why he did this curve to the right, not to the left. Oh, that's why he did this little flare here on the cape. That's why he did the muscles on the shoulder this way. And it informs me. And I, it draws, but it teaches me, it reminds me that if I want to draw like a certain person, I need to study their work. And it's been a while. I haven't sat down and really drawn like Alan Davis or Arthur Adams or John Buscema in a long time because I've been so busy doing work, on my own style that, opportunities like these, I'm going to jump all over them because guess what? I came to appreciate the artistry of Mr. Buscema, tenfold. And this is work that was done when I was 2. It humbles me, and makes me want to say, hey, maybe one day I will get somewhere near to this style or on original work. But right now, I'm as much in love with this art form as when I was a kid, hoping I could draw it, not just read it. It was a great experience, and right now, the gentleman wants to have that cover sent to CGC and have it a part of their signature series, which is pretty cool. And we're just waiting for that stimulus money to arrive so we can take that next step and get that sent over to Sarasota and have that sealed for eternity.
Now, here's a question, and it'll probably come up in a day or two. Now, how much does something like this cost to get done?
This particular one, because it's homage, that ups the difficulty by 50%. Because if it's my own composition, I'll just have fun with it to get it done, right? But the exacting nature of the art, it had to be penciled, it had to be inked, and it had to be colored. Something like this is $300. You know, people that I know, they get a little discount. Return customers get even another discount. But that's a $300 job because I'm gonna spend 30 hours on it, guys. There's no way around it. I have to make sure that every single gas nibble in the background is exactly what you wanted. Every single fold on that cape needs to be right. And if I mess up, I gotta go out and grab another Silver Surfer black sketch cover. I gotta track it down, have it shipped, redo it because it's happened. I've done some of these sketch covers that are very exacting and messed them up midway through. Guess what? I gotta go out and get another one, have it shipped, go on eBay, pick it up, have it sent, restart all over again. Um, but then again, I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to argue against the results. You
Oh
know,
no, no, no! This is beautiful. That's why I was wondering. Now, before you ink it and everything,
Mhm.
once you've done the pencils on it, do you show it to the person? Is this what you're looking for, or do you just do it all?
Okay, that's a great question into my process. I try not to put anything on the final product early. Okay, you can buy a pack of 500 pages, copy paper at Walmart for $5. I'd rather use 500 sketches like that and then just do it once for final. So I'll sketch away. I'll do concepts. I'll make sure it's the right size. Like for this one, I literally drew it like really out an outline of it of the original, and then just changed the costumes a little bit, and I showed it to him. I said, "Listen, this is what you're looking for, isn't it?" And he said, "Yes, I want that on the comic." I said, "Okay, well, I already drew it on scale. I put the characters that you wanted in the costumes that you want. Now, this may have been a 30-minute sketch, maybe an hour, but now it's nitty gritty time, and it's time to transfer that." And there's really no way to transfer that. You just gotta draw it. I don't get me wrong. Some covers are better than others. For example, this one does not have an ad on the back, so I can put it on a light box and use the original art first, and then that, and then kind of trace it lightly, so I can make sure that the poses are right. Okay, and then once that's done, I can remove it, and then get in there and put the extra detail it needs. Some comic book covers, sketch covers, have an ad on the back of the front cover. I can't do that cheat. That means that I need to, if I'm gonna do one of those, that's another part of the cost. That means I can't wing it. I literally have to be exact the first time, otherwise I got to chuck the cover and start another one. So that's how I normally do it. If it's a homage like that Iron Man one, or the Silver Surfer one, I get the original one that they want, reduce it in scale, print it out, do a light sketch on top of it on a clean sheet. Hey, is this what you liked? Yes. All right, let me adjust it. Okay, is this what you were looking for? Yes. All right, well, now we're going to get to the nitty gritty. I'll give you an update every 2 or 3 days, keep you abreast. If there's anything you want to change, as long as it's in pencil, it's a go. You want to change the hammer to a lance? No problemo. But once we're done with the pencils, I can't go back. If you want me to switch gears, well, guess what? That's a brand new commission. I need another payment. Uh, I hate bringing up money because money is something we all work very hard for, and I respect people's time and dedication to get that amount of money and give it to me. Somebody they don't know, I get it, and I respect that quite a bit. And the least I can do is send you a text. Hey, I worked on it. Here's a photo, proof that I'm working on it. Because the last thing people want is, oh, here's $50 as a down payment, and then crickets for 3 months. Nobody wants that, and I don't want that either. I don't want a commission on being on the back of my head. Oh my gosh, I got to get this done for months at a time. So now I'm in a great spot. I'm in a spot where I don't have a lot of backlog of work, and I can get these things done. And I only solicit these things when I have the time. So when I literally have a weekend to myself, let's say my wife is visiting somebody and Isabel's with her, guess what? I got 20 hours. Man, I could sit down and do a 15-hour job. I'll post it on Friday. If somebody takes it, guess what? Saturday, I'm doing 50%. Sunday, I'm doing the other half. Monday, it's in the mail. But otherwise, I just don't post about it because I don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, yeah, I got 10 sketch covers I got to do. and it'll take me 3 months. And suddenly it turns into 6. Before you know it, it's holidays, it's kids being sick, it's you being sick, and everything else. And I don't want people to be disappointed. I want them to be happy with the work that I produce. And this is the one way I can guarantee it. I only offer it when I have the time. Otherwise, I got 2 projects, long-term projects that are consuming my time. I got Alfred's book. I got 6 pages to finish with him. I'm not touching another comic book until I'm done with his. I've learned that lesson. When his is done, I'm jumping to American Eagle. I'm going to do the other 40 pages. When that's done, then it's issue 2 of whatever it is. That's how I got Bobby Fulton done. That's how I got AZ30 done. That's how I got several books. Is once I sit down, I need to make sure it's this and nothing else. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes people do need a helping hand, and that's okay. I'll go, hey, yeah, you need this. All right, don't announce it. Just give me the work. I'll take care of it for you because you're my pal. Bam, get it done, and then go back to the project. But now on, now at this point in my life, one project at a time. Do it until it's done. Do it with passion. I've learned that I gotta share it. People don't know what I'm doing until I post about it, and I have to post about it beyond the point of common sense. Uh, because I post about it at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're a night person. You never see my stuff by the time you get online. And if I do it at nighttime, but you work and you check your stuff early in the morning, guess what? You'll never see my stuff because by the time you get online, my post is 9 hours or old and the world has gone on and there's other stuff. So, it's one of those things I've had to adjust. That sometimes I irritate myself, like, oh my gosh, I keep posting about this garbage. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm pressing on people, but honestly, it's the internet. And if I was really that much of an annoyance, I'm pretty sure somebody would have told me by now. No, Alfred, don't talk to me about that.
Well, Alfred says that work is well worth $300, and I agree with him. It is. And I just want what a lot of people don't realize, and I know a lot of artists go through it, is everybody wants you guys to draw stuff for like free. Or, hey, you got that print for $10. Why can't you draw it for me for $10? And it's like they don't understand your time is money.
And don't get me wrong, there are some times where that's appropriate. For example, Free Comic Book Day. I don't charge. I may put a tip jar out there, but I don't charge. Man, it's Free Comic Book Day. The word free is in it. I'm not going to show up and say, hey, give me $20. I mean, if you feel like it, if it's worth it, yeah, that's fine. But I'm there because I'm a fan as much as the person who wants a sketch. I'm a fan. I'll draw. And I guess that's one of the reasons I get invited to these Free Comic Book Day events is because I'm willing to do it. And the store always takes care of me. Afterwards, they're like, listen, you had 60 people there. You took care of everybody. Here's some store credit. I'm good with that, man.
There's a difference of doing a sketch on Free Comic Book Day and doing this. There's a big difference. Yeah,
that's yes. I agree. I agree.
And I've seen we have a lot of artist friends, and I've seen where people come in, hey, can you do this? And they're showing like the Batman or the Silver Surfer, cover. Oh yeah. Well, I only want to pay, this much money. Well, you're not going to get as elaborate as you want. Say $20. You're not going to get the Silver Surfer or the Batman. You'll get something nice, but not to that detail.
Right. Exactly. And actually, that's one of the things that I make sure that when people come to my table, they understand. I have a nice little thing up there. It says head sketch. It looks like this. I give a sample. Starts at $10. Half body starts at 40 and full body is 60. And that's pencils. Inks times 2. Colors times 2. Here's the thing. I don't want to pencil, ink, and color a full body sketch at a convention.
Well,
it's great. It'll take me 8 hours.
That takes your whole time, and you don't get to engage with everybody else because you're busy doing all that.
Don't get me wrong. If somebody takes me up on it, I'm down, and I will get that sucker done, and it'll look great. But I'd rather do $20 sketches than one $200 sketch. It just doesn't make sense to me because I'm at a stage in my career now that I need to grow my audience. And I can't grow my audience if I'm drawing for an audience of 1, no matter how expensive that is, no matter how much. You're great, and I'm grateful for your support of my art. But, conventions are the only times I can shake that hand, talk to people, learn about their spouses and their kids and their likes and what are they into, and geek out for 10 minutes, and then you commission something from me. That's fantastic. That's a vote of confidence in what I do, which is why I try to make sure, as you've noticed, to always engage people. I got to have a high sense of energy because nobody's attracted to, as good as my art may be, I need to be, yeah, let's go, right? That's what attracts people. That's what gets them to look at 10 people and say, who am I going to? Am I loud from time to time? Sure. Yeah, but it's a convention. There's 3,000 people in there all chit chatting. You got to stand out somehow. Now, I won't be, that guy that says, holla, holla, comics for $1. No, that's not me. But I will stand up. I will barker my wares. Hey, check this out. Hey, you don't have this. I know you don't have this. Check this out. I will do that because, I can't be a passive participant in my art business. I have to be active. And if I make eye contact with you, hey, I'll do one of these. Hey, come on over. Come on over. Just take a look. What I tell most people, hey, you being here makes me look better than I really am. And people are attracted to people that are interested in something else. A table that doesn't have anybody looking at it, well, you kind of like look at it like, I don't know. But if 10 people are at your table, guess what? Another 10 people are like, what are they looking at? And they'll come over. It's all that psychology of the buyer. I try to,
Well,
figure it out, but there it is.
a lot of my viewers know one of my biggest pet peeves is, and this goes for the indie comic creators and everything. When I go to a convention, if you're just sitting at your table, like you said, just like that, looking down like this, and you don't pull my attention, I'm not going to you. I'm walking by you, and I'm going to the convention for the indie comics. And you know what? That guy, two booths down, he's sitting there. He's pitching his comic. He's out there. Hey man, come over, check this out. You like this stuff? Guess what? I just bought his comic. I didn't realize he was on issue 5 of his comic. Guess what? I just bought all 5 of his comic. While you sit there looking down at your phone or whatever and ignoring me as while I'm at your table.
Yeah, you got to respect the hustle, man. There's this one guy. I'm going to drop his name and I hope he's smiling somewhere in California. Terry Owe. Listen, this guy had a book called Alpha Jaguars. I remember the title. I remember his art. His art is so distinctive. You've seen it once, it will stay with you, okay? Now here's the thing. As much as I may be like, I would never have done that. Oh, I would never have drawn that. Not that way. But I gotta appreciate the fact that when this man, I met him, he had a full color comic book. I looked at my stuff. I had fan art. And he was telling me about his book. Guess what? I appreciate the hustle. Because he had something I didn't have. He had a full comic book. And guess what? That man spoke to everybody. Even if they didn't want to speak to him, they're walking away. He was talking to them. He was sharing about his comic book. He didn't have a table. He was just a fan out there sharing his book. Hey, you want this. This is a great book. Check it out. And talking about the history of the comic and blah 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 and how he came up with the characters. Guess what? 6 months later, he's got issue 2. I got issue nothing of none of my stuff. This guy's putting me to shame. And that's when I had to grow up. It's like, you know what? No, I not only do I appreciate the hustle, I'm inspired by it. And that's when I started making sure that I need a new product as often as possible throughout the years. One year I had a really good year. I had 5 new comic books out there. I had 3 issues of FemForce. I had AZ30. I had some other book. And it was fantastic. And, it was one of those things that actually that year got me into MegaCon as a guest. You know, it was like, hey, guy, I mean, I have 5 issues out. They're all brand new. 2 of them are covers. 3 of them are 8-page stories. One of them is a full, 36-page story. I mean, what else do I need to earn a free table at your show, right? Well, it turned out that I needed somebody else to help hook me up, and they did. They came through, and I'm grateful, of course. And it's one of those things, and that's why when I have an opportunity to either help a friend out with a cover or a sketch or anything like that, any way I can get my artwork to a new audience is something I'm probably going to try it at least once. I've done a couple of drawings for rock bands, uh, the different things. I've done some development sketches for science fiction movies. Um, uh, it's one of those things. Anything, even the Bobby Fulton book, it was an experiment. I'd never drawn, wrestling books before. I had no idea if there was a market for it. I didn't do it because I've done it before. I did it because I could reach an audience through that type of work that I can't reach drawing superheroes. Somebody that likes superheroes will look at my stuff and say, that's cool, come over. But somebody who wants wrestling, they'll look at my superhero stuff and say, whatever, man, that's not, Andre the Giant, so forget it. So that was a way for me to get my artwork into a different crowd. And, will it pay off? I don't know. Maybe it already has. Maybe the guy that commissioned my Silver Surfer book was a wrestling fan and saw my work there. You never know. That's why I'm very diplomatic in most of my meetings. My dealings with people, I keep it non-personal. It's all, hey, let's have fun. Let's get some work done. You get what you want. I get what I want. And let's just have a good time with it because, today's person that's, hey, can I get a $10 sketch? I'm not, that's all I got. When that person gets a job, gets married and shows up 8 years later with a kid, he's going to drop 100 on me because I was nice to him and I gave him a book and I said, hey, you got potential, keep going. This is what you love, do it, pursue your passion. Nah, I should put that on a shirt, pursue your passion, because that's what it's all about.
You should hashtag that, trademark it.
Yeah, pursue your passion. Awesome. There you go.
So I was going to ask you, what is one of? I know it's almost 10 o'clock, so we might go a little over because I got a couple questions for you.
Shoot.
What is one of the strangest commissions that you've been asked for?
Okay, yeah, here we go. A gentleman approaches me at MegaCon. Hey, can you draw people? I said, sure. If I give you a photo, can you draw it? I said, sure. He says, okay. If I give you a picture of my wife, can you draw her? I said, sure. No problem. Nothing wrong with it. I'd like you to draw her as an angel. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet, man. See, this man is doing something nice for his wife, right? So he says, okay, how much? I said, well, this is the size, this is the price. He says, let's do it. He pulls the trigger. I'm like, great, okay. Hands over the money. To do that, he grabs his wallet. So he hands me the money, then he hands me the photo. He has a small photo, gives it to me. Says, this is my wife. And I said, oh, okay. And I look at it and, God bless her. She's in tremendous physical shape. She's a gifted athlete. And I know this because I could see all of it head to toe. So I said, you sure you want me to do this? Because I'm right here out in the open. He says, yes. I said, yes, sir. No problem. Guess what? I drew that from that little picture like this. 11 by 17 with wings and angels and the whole nine. Guy was ecstatic with it. Great. No problem. But one that was a lot of fun, I'll share this one with you. There was this artist out there. I won't mention the name. And he's from New York. I'm from New York. We kind of heard each other talk. And he's like, hey, listen, would you sketch stuff for me? I said, I'll sketch some stuff for anybody. I don't care. He says, well, here's the thing. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with work. And it would help me if I could come to you and say, hey, listen, draw this outline real quick, just as a concept. And then I'll take it and I'll ink it and color it and finish it off. I'm like, okay, no problem. He said, but I can't keep your name on it. I said, you know what? I don't care. I need money. I don't care if you, because here's the thing, honestly, if you buy something from me, after you take it out of my site, it's gone. What am I going to do? Tell you can't do it? Do whatever you want with it. Burn it, but put it on a frame, whatever it is. I didn't care. I just needed money to cover table and hotel. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we established a business relationship. He comes over, hey, listen, I got these 4 things. I'm like, it's $50 each. He's like, bam, here it is. I'm like, okay, yeah, I just covered table. That's a great contact. And I drew something really cool. He said, here's the concept. I need you to draw. What's the name of the character from Nightmare Before Christmas?
Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington. There you go. I want you to combine him with Hellraiser with the nails on his face.
Pinhead.
Pinhead, yes. Combine it with him, and I want them holding a cube, the cube from some movie.
Hellraiser.
Thank you. Exactly. So guess what? Delivered the art that evening. The guy shows it to me. Yeah, I finished it. Beautiful. It was colored. It was inked color. It was awesome. I'm like, wow, man. This could go places because if this guy gets 10 commissions, he's okay paying me $50. He's got to be charging $200 for this thing. So he's eating well. I'm eating well. I want to be fat. I need. So there you go. So turns out that this guy is making his money saying that he's an used to be an artist for Batman the Animated Series, but he wasn't. But that was his thing. His claim to fame was, hey, yeah, I I was an animator for this. I guess that was one of those things that you say to get into a show, right? Hey, oh, so you won't take me if I'm Joe Blow, but okay, what if I was part of the animation team? Oh, well, okay, then I guess you can have a free table. And I guess that just ballooned because I guess it was advertised that way. And then another show approached him. Oh, you were on the animated series. That's really good. Why don't you come over to my show? Before you know it, this guy was he was part of the circuit, bro. He was going all across the world. He was going all across the US, free table here, free table there. And, I established a relationship with him and a friendship, because, after the show, he was working. He literally would sit down and paint the stuff, right? And he's charging $300, $500 depending on the difficulty of it. And listen, at $5 a pop, for me to make $500, I gotta bust my ass. This guy's making it in one painting that he's doing in an hour. So I don't begrudge the man making his money. That's also,
Oh, yeah.
but it comes from a bad place because he was literally lying to people saying he was part of the animated series group of animators that got him all the entrance he needed to be accepted in all these shows. And and people would buy his stuff because of that credit. Now, he didn't have any other credit in the comic book industry, not a comic book, not a comic book cover, nothing else. But people buy what they want. And eventually I started looking at what he was doing. I'm like, I remember seeing one of his prints and saying, man, that's from this issue of Green Lantern Corps. That's from Neil Adams when he drew Batman versus Hulk. That's from here. That's from there. I'm like, I recognize where all of these are from, and none of them are original. He's like, I just put it together, man. People like it, they buy it. They don't ask where it's from. And I'm kind of like, well, that's true. People don't ask. And if it's from before their time, they wouldn't know. How would they know that I'm copying stuff from 1950s? You wouldn't know. Most art people like what was this guy that did the series of art with the Campbell soup cans?
Oh,
Damn it.
I,
That guy,
I know who
what
you're talking. I know who you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
He was borrowing panels from comics and painting them up with the dots really big, and he's selling these things for thousands of dollars. And the original people who did the original art, nothing. It's one of those things people don't ask, don't question where is it from because they don't expect it to be from somewhere else. They don't expect it to be recycled and reused. And that's one of those things, it's a very slippery slope. And eventually the man got called out for it and blacklisted and everything
Blacklisted.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people out there, you probably know his name. But,
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol, thank you. Yeah. So, it's a story I can now share. Here it is 8, 10, 12 years later where I feel safe saying, hey, yeah, I know the guy. I helped him out. I got paid. I have nothing bad to say about the man because the man was talented. He was just a con man, regrettably. And life lessons, just because he's doing it doesn't mean I can be okay with it. I can't. I have to stand up for that or against that, because that's also my work. People were recognizing my work in his work, in his originals. They were noticing it. I had a guy actually come over to me and say, you stole that from that big name artist over there. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, because it's the same one. And you're, what is it called? A plagiarist. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let me show you the original of this Ghost Rider. Here it is. That's not the original. Just hold it. Take a look at it. You tell me if it's the original. He looks at it, he's like, takes out his version. That's a print. He says, oh. I says, now, again, if I sell a print and you go home and make 20 copies of it and you sell it at your convention in your hometown, what can I do about it? Not a thing. Is it ethical? No, but guess what? I can't say, hey, stop selling my Thors. Thor isn't mine. I can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's one of those lessons that I learned about making sure that, it's one of those things I had to take a stand against. I had to literally say, you know what? I can't do that anymore. I can't do fan art anymore. Unless it's commissioned, there's no point in doing fan art because it's not mine. I can't defend it. And even if the artwork, I have the right to my artwork. If I'm selling you the original, what am I going to do? Make 10 copies of it at home and sell it to somebody else? I could, but truly, that's just, I don't know. That's wrong to me. Now, I'm not talking about legally because legally there are some freedom of expressions, uses that you can have. Like, for example, this big guy that's doing the NFTs. Is it NFTs? He's using Disney characters, right? Not in a Disney sense, but he's using Disney characters as a point of reference and also a criticism. And he's selling his NFTs or NFTs. Yeah, he just made like $3 million 2 weekends ago selling electronic originals. God bless him. He made his money. And I'm sure eventually Disney would be like, hello, you made $3.9 million off of selling our trademark character. We want our piece. They won't come after me for selling a $10 print. They'll come after that guy for making $3 million. I'm pretty sure somebody at Disney is like, yeah, he uses our McBurger character. He uses our Tim Allen character. He uses our. I'm sure they'll come after him. And he says, he claims fair use, whatever the hell that means. It's not fair use, man. People are buying it because you're making a criticism of Buzz Lightyear. If it were your Buster, nobody would care.
Oh, yeah. Tina has a couple things. When are you coming back to Emerald City? I could use more of your artwork.
Okay, when am I coming back? Well, I don't know, Tina. I'd love to come back to Emerald City. If they're doing some kind of event, yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I'm 3 counties away, but I'd love to go down there and support the indie scene. Of course, it's just a matter of time and opportunity. I've accumulated enough art, original stuff that I can go to a show now and have some new stuff that people haven't seen before. And now it's just a matter of opportunity. So when the opportunity arises, I'll be happy to. I guess I should call him and say, "Hey guys, can I come by?"
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. Wow, I am so ugly when I don't know what I'm talking about. Jesus. Wow. Damn. Okay. So what's the next one from Tina?
She says, "I hope you don't mind, but the Bane piece I got from you a few years ago, I had the co-creator Chuck Dixon sign it too. He made sure he didn't overshadow your signature."
Oh, that's very sweet. And Chuck's a good guy. I've had lunch with him a couple times, and yeah, I remember the Bane. It's got the name on the bottom, and it's like half him in shadow. I got on a Bane kick for some reason. Every now and then, I get on a Wonder Woman kick, and I make 10 Wonder Woman pieces. They all got different, physiques. One of them is like a bodybuilder. The other one was super athletic and thin, so on and so forth. With Bane, I just went into a Bane craze. I drew him 10 times, and they all look different, which is weird. That's one of those things that really bothers me, that I could draw the same character 10 times and 9 times out of the 10, they all look different. They don't look the same, which is something as a comic book artist for sequential art, you need to make sure these characters look the same from panel to panel. So yeah, that's one of those things. That's my measuring stick. If I draw this character 5 times and it looks consistent, then I'm ready to draw the character. But when I keep drawing it and it looks like 5 different versions of Wolverine, is like, I haven't settled. I gotta keep practicing and trying.
Well, should I one up Tina? I got Chuck Dixon to sign my Punisher truck.
I think I was there that year. Yes,
you were, because it was a big thing that we had him sign the truck.
Yeah, it was part of the promotion. I do remember
Yep.
that. Yes, I went out there and it was hot. It was hot as hell. But yeah, well, that's awesome. Yeah, you had that black truck. Uh,
I
was it,
still have it.
it was is it a 350?
No, it's a Dodge
Dodge.
1500.
Okay. 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 All right. Cool. One of these
Eh,
days I'll get a pickup truck just to press the gas and not go anywhere.
Well,
Wake up a couple neighbors and dogs.
oh yeah. Well, but you gotta remember once you turn it on. There's a quarter tank of gas right there. So
Hmm.
that's
Oh, I
why
can't afford the tires on those things, much less the entire vehicle.
that's why it's still part of the family. But I had to get something that was a lot better on gas because when I was having to drive to Tampa like every week, that was not good on the gas.
Oh, yeah. On I-4? Ugh,
Oh
that's
yeah,
horrible driving. I did that for 2 years, man. I used to commute from Wesley Chapel to, what was it, Osceola?
Osceola. Oh
Yeah, to Kissimmee. Oh my gosh. It was tough. It was tough. A couple of days, I actually on the way back, I'd stop at that rest stop on I-4 right out of Reunion. Take a nap 2 hours because I was so exhausted. Yeah. So in a truck, yeah, I can see how you can use up $80 gas easy.
okay. Well, even here in town, all I was going was from where we're at in Orlando to Castleberry. I was spending $50 a week in gas. And it's like I looked at
Wow.
I looked at Trish and said, I gotta get something better, you know? It's
Right.
like she's like, what are you gonna do with the truck? Not getting rid of the truck. That's paid off for and everything, but I gotta get
Hmm.
something that is much better on gas. And then I bought it. I bought that car, the new vehicle, and within a month I got a job where my job was only 8 minutes away from the house. But I was like, now look how much money I save.
Yeah. And listen, having a vehicle paid off is a beautiful thing. Uh, it's like, wow, yeah, that's cool. That's the way it's supposed to be. See, now I get it why people like old cars because you're not making monthly payments on that sucker. It's paid for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man. See, that's the way to have three, four, or five cars in your house. You got a couple kids. Every one of you has a car. They can't all be brand new. You can't be paying
Oh
for
no,
insurance and car payments. Good God, you'd have to make
no.
like $7,000 a month just for the cars.
My daughter finishes her car payment next month,
Mm,
so that's a nice thing.
yeah. Yep. Just give her some good advice, man. Take half of that money, save it. The other half, have fun with it.
Yeah, she doesn't
You know.
listen to me. She'll
Yeah.
go
Well,
blow it all. Now Tina said Chuck thought it was a really good piece, the Bane piece.
mm, oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, and Tina, thank you. That's fantastic. You thought it was a great piece too, so good enough to purchase. So thank you, and you have my everlasting friendship because of you got me paid, and I was able to eat that day. That's that's how I tell people how much I appreciate you. Oh wow, most people that when I first meet them, I always use that joke. Oh wow, I can afford a pizza now. That's fantastic. Thank you for the $20. That's pizza and two sodas. Bam, you feeding my family tonight. Thank you. Or I use
But
the other one, which is cheeseburgers. Wow, you spending $100. That's a lot of cheeseburgers. Thank
well, see, I know where Tina's coming from because when you get something signed by somebody and they love the artwork that it came from,
you. Hmm.
because we've had that a couple times, and it's like, oh yeah, our friend did this over here, and they're like, this is really good, um, nice piece. There was one time at Coliseum Comics here at the Fashion Square.
Hmm.
It's not at the Fashion Square anymore. It's on East Colonial now, but they had Bruce Campbell there,
Who?
and he was signing and all that stuff, and I had a print from Monica Ravenwolf. You know Graven and Monica, I
Hmm.
believe.
Oh yeah.
I had a print from her of Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead, and he's going through the motions. He's just signing stuff. Go next. He's never looking up. Okay. They hand him this one. He goes to sign it. He looks up and he's like, "This is awesome." And it's
She's
like,
such an awesome artist. Her stuff is incredible.
Oh yeah, and it was like, and I'm like, yeah, my friend, great artist, and he drew on it himself and wrote groovy and all this, but I was the only one he actually looked up and commented, and it's like that's freaking awesome, you know.
That's a connection, man. Eh, that's one of the reasons we like seeing our TV stars and our movie stars in person. That connection, it transcends the electronic media into like, wow, this person's living and breathing right in front of me. That's cool. And then to be acknowledged, like, wow, you got something really cool here, man. Where'd you get this? How many people can say you have a conversation with a movie
Well,
star or something like that?
and see, to me, it wasn't that. It to me, it was he thought my friend's artwork was awesome, awesome enough to look up from the table, you know.
Yes, it wasn't one of 100 pieces of low quality art that he just ended up signing because he didn't care.
Yeah, and I was on the phone with Monica, like 5 steps away from him. He loved it. He stood. He actually looked up and commented on it. I mean, he loved your artwork, you know. So I wanted to let her know that he loved her artwork. So, like what Tina said, where Chuck thought it was a great piece, I can feel her excitement because not only is she meeting Chuck, but she's also getting to showcase your artwork to him, and he liked it. You know,
Exactly, exactly. It's all about like we've been talking for a while. Passion, bro. If you have something in front of you that makes you passionate enough to stand up and be like, "This is perfect. This is awesome. Where'd you get this?" That's great for everybody. You because you exposed him to this art that he hadn't had recognized from anywhere else. Him because he got excited. Hey, I got something really unique. I'm gonna jump on this. And the artist is such a vote of confidence to the artist that other people are showing good taste and that they like your stuff. Good lord, you sometimes you can ride that high for quite a bit when somebody really cool likes your stuff. It's like, wow, man, that is
Mhm.
good. I feel like $1,000,000.
Okay, Tina said you did use that joke when I bought my first piece from you.
Yeah, yeah. It's everybody can relate to food, man. That's my breaking the ice kind of deal. I know you work. You get paid. You work for $12 an hour, you get paid 8, and I'm asking you for $20. I know that's a sacrifice. I just said, hey, give me 2 hours of your life. That's worth the sketch. I get it. I respect the heck out of that. And that's why I try to not gauge prices too high or anything like that because, I am quite literally asking them, hey, I know you exchanged your life for this money. I'm gonna ask for your money. It's kind of an odd thing. Um, but that's the business of art. And who am I to tell somebody no, don't pay $100 for something I would have sold to you for $10? You think it's worth $100? Guess what? Here's what I do. If I think it's worth 50, but you're paying me 75, I'll give you $100 worth of stuff. I will make sure you don't walk out of there losing. That's just me. Anybody that's gotten more than they expected from me, that's why. Hey, I got a deal. Let's say buy 2 prints, you get a third one free. Guess what? You bought 4 of them. That's $40. Not only am I going to give you 2 free ones, you know what? I'll give you 2 extra ones. I don't care. I want you to walk away thinking, wow, this was worth my money, my time. What I don't want is you going out and saying, that's all I got. And then comparing me to the next guy. No, 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 no. I'd rather wow you with kindness and generosity because you're wowing me with your generosity and buying my art. That's that may not make the most business sense, but I'm not in the business of business. I'm in the business of people. I want you to look at myself and be excited. I want you to see me say, hey, man, what's going on? Even if you never buy from me again, if you remember me, come by, say hello. Let's be pals for the 20 minutes we got in each other's lives. Go on your merry way. Have a great time at the show. That's something else I tell everybody, even if it doesn't matter if they buy or not. Listen, go on, have a great time at the show because that's what we're all there for. That's just my outreach program, my diplomacy uh, kind of part of my character. In that, we're all here for the same stuff. You're for Star Trek, I'm for Star Wars. We're all here for the fantasy of it all. You, you know, I'm not going to draw a line and divide us. Let's just have fun. Go.
Well, Alfred said Bruce Wayne and Alfred from the TV show Gotham did the same to the cover I got from Javier in 2018. They loved that Batman.
Hey, you didn't tell me that, Alfred. Are you kidding me? Bruce Wayne? Wait a minute. Hold on. Adam West?
No, from Gotham.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, damn, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, man, I needed photographic evidence of that stuff.
Yeah, but that's still cool.
It is cool. Actually, this guy from Puerto Rico commissioned 4 Star Wars covers from me. One was Chewie, 3 Boba Fett's, and one of the young Boba Fett clone, right? When he was a kid, right? From Attack of the Clones. Okay. I did them all, sent it to the guy, colored it, sent it. 3 months later, there's a comic book convention. Guess who's there? Jeremy Bullock. Gosh, I can't remember his name. The guy that played Chewbacca. And the kid that did young Boba Fett. He has photos of them signing my stuff.
That's cool.
That is like, to me, it's like, it was worth it. Just to have that limited connection to Star Wars. I drew a book. This guy liked it, signed it. I got a photo of it. I'm literally 3 hands away from Princess Leia. Come on, man. It can't get any better than that. Really? It's one of those, even though I wasn't there, I'm happy that my work was there. And they liked it enough to take a moment to take a photo with it. All 3 of them. And, the guy was supposed to send me one of those back. He didn't, but I get it. After that, the hurricane came and all bets are off. But gosh, that was so cool just to get those photos back and saying, yeah, he really liked your stuff. No, the kid really liked it. The kid is a grown man now, and so on and so forth. It's so cool, to in that little intangible way say, not only did I connect through watching your performance, you connected with me through my art. That's fantastic. That'll last me my lifetime.
See, your artwork brought together happiness in more ways than one.
Yeah, it's about joy and happiness, man. Happy, joy, happy, joy.
Okay. Tina says Chuck and I are old friends. First time I met him, I brought him 75 comics to sign. He didn't ask for any money for all the signatures. We've been friends ever since.
See, the kindness, man, kindness. He was kind enough. Like, I'm not going to judge you for that. I'll keep signing. And guess what? You made a pal for life. That's fantastic. That's the way it should be, isn't it?
He's such a chill guy.
Who, Chuck? Oh yeah. He's very chill. But see,
why wouldn't he? He wrote Green Arrow and Batman and everything else, man. Have you read his books, like his personal
Punisher?
book?
He was part of the Punisher series.
That's right. He wrote under a pseudonym for Savage Sword of Conan. That's how I know. And he's got like 3 or 4 different book series. I follow this one, where it's a group of army rangers that are sent back in time, and really great stuff. Every time I see him, I'm like, okay, I've read the first 3. What's 4? He gives me number 4, signs it, bam. I go home and read it. I hardly have time to read books anymore because comic creation takes a lot of time. But his books, yeah, I'll grab Bad Times. That's what it's called. Bad Times. I'll get that every time I can.
See, book reading time is in the bathroom. I'm gonna be totally honest. That's what.
Oh yeah.
I can sit there and now I got time. I can just read this, and
I know the technique. You lock the door, put your foot against it so nobody accidentally opens it, and bam, yeah.
I promise you, in this house, nobody's going to accidentally open it if he's in the bathroom.
Well, I don't know. Some people like annoying the other people. It's like, I'm in the bathroom. No. Oh, now's the time to talk about serious stuff. No, I'm in the bathroom. Leave me alone.
No, that's me. I do that. I'm the one that goes over. Hey, since I got you in one place, let's talk a minute. You can't run away.
And Trish, how do you respond to that?
Depends on what's happening in the bathroom.
Okay,
I
so
hear you, sister. I hear you, sister. Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be happening.
we are going on to
Bless
the
you.
10. We're going on to the 10:30 time frame. Little bit over, but that's okay. It's been fun having you on, and I
Right.
know we see on my show. I just like getting to know you, and I know you do the comic books, but I like everybody to know who you are, not just the artist. I want to know the person behind the artist. So I thank you
Okay.
for coming on the show, man. Um,
Of course. Of
now
course.
how we always end the show is we both go through, tell everybody where they can see us next. So where can anybody see you? As you can see across the ticker tape down at the bottom, those are the places where you can go see his art. And do you plan on having any local appearances? Tina, I think he's going to be at the Tampa Zoo in like 2 weeks. You can kind of stalk him. I do it, so it's fine.
I'll be the guy grabbing a kid and going inside the elephant enclave, and then wonder why am I getting rushed at by a 7-ton animal. Have you seen that video? That's crazy. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with people?
No, Trish watches the videos.
Now I'm intrigued. I want to know. I want to go find it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just look father with daughter versus elephant, and it'll probably show up. It happened like 4 days ago. But yeah,
Um,
okay, where will I be? Well, honestly, I don't have any appearances scheduled as of yet. I'm thinking about doing MegaCon. I'm thinking about doing Tampa Bay Comic Con. They're actually 1 week away from each other. One of them is Orlando, the other one is Tampa. So I think I could probably do both. It's just a matter of the upfront costs are always prohibitive. I can afford it now. I got a nicer job, best job I've had in I don't know my life, so I could actually afford to get the table early and get everything set up. I just want to make sure that I have something really awesome for people to purchase and enjoy. And at this time, you're familiar with the Bobby Fulton book, so that's going to be my first graphic novel that I'll have ever. So I'm probably going to get a couple dozen copies of that, put that for sale. I'll probably have copies of the Reconstruction book, in which the DC characters are helping um, people in the island from the hurricane. I donated art
yeah.
for that a long time ago, and I'm very proud of that work. And actually, I've established a nice rapport with the writer and editor. So and when I was actually in San Juan, he gave me a couple tips about where to go, and his tips were spot on. There was a choco bar where I had chocolate with coffee, and you could have wine and all kinds of breakfast stuff. Oh, so good. But I digress. Tampa Comic Con, probably MegaCon, probably. That's about it. Most other weekends, weekends is the time for me to get ahead on my projects. Don't get me wrong. I'll go to a comic book convention, as you know, and I'll draw 12 hours straight. But that's at least 8 hours I could have been home finishing page 10 of 20 and 11 of 20 or 12 of 20. So it's a balance. If I'm gonna have new comic book work, I got to make sure that I put in the time to get that done. But then I also have to have FaceTime with everybody. I can't just be producing comics and then not showing my face to the public, because they're not going to connect with me if I'm never out there. Don't get me wrong, this is fantastic. I love doing this, doing live streaming, but you're not in front of me. I can't see how
I,
tall you are. I can't figure out if you're comfortable with the conversation or not. I can't pick up on those visual cues. I don't know if my stuff is boring. I'll just offer you something for free and go home. And humor is very hard to do on a vocal only. You have to see me to kind of get that I'm being sarcastic and stupid, which is the default for most people. They should look at me and say, yeah, he's stupid. It's okay. But but yeah, that's where I'm looking at this summer. I'm looking forward to taking some vacations with the family, since Patty and I couldn't leave together. So hopefully this summer, I'll get a little suntan. Since I live in Florida, I might as well. Why am I this pale? Makes no sense. So I'll probably end up
yeah.
doing that.
When the Irish guy is
Uh-huh.
darker than you, there's a problem.
Yeah, I need to drink more. That's what it is. But no, that makes sense. Let's drink some more. Maybe this will translate into the skin. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting Green Tempest #1 completed. I got 6 pages to go on that. Then that'll be in the Kickstarter. I'm looking forward to working on American Eagle, which is a character that I co-own with Jesse Hansen, and we're gonna have that Kickstarter out probably within 30 days. It'll be out there. I'll promote the heck out of it, as you know.
Make
And
sure you
that
let us know so we can promote it on the page too.
I appreciate that, and I'll be happy to talk it up when the time is right. Also, and then I just had a blast from the past. I did 5 pages for this gentleman, Jeff Carroll out of Miami. I don't know, 12 years ago when I was starting, and he reached out to me out of the blue. Hey, I'd like to finish this story. Where you at? I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh, I'm kind of busy, but I'm in a point where I want to finish things that I've started. So I'm like, you know what? I'll make the time for this. Let's do it. We quoted it, and I told them I wouldn't be available till June, and hopefully I'll get all my projects completed by that time, and I can jump on that. I'll have that brand new as well by the end of the year, and I'm gonna have my art book. Actually, Alfred uh, inspired me to make my own art book. He has one. I don't. I was jealous. I'm like, oh my gosh, how'd you do this? I quizzed him for like 30 minutes out of his house. Tell me more. How does this work? How does that work? Because I've never done that. I've never published my own comics. I've always been collaborator with two, three, four other people. And here he is. Hey, he's got a book. He's promoting the heck out of it. I'm so impressed by, what he's achieved. I'm like, I want a little piece of that. Let me try it out, even if, whatever happens, happens. But I'd like to try it out. So that's what I did a few days ago. I'm putting together the art, and I may redraw some of it because I'm kind of scared of having a cool Batman drawing uh, in my sketchbook. I feel kind of odd about it, so I may just change it up for my version of my character that's Batman inspired, just to cover myself. Um, a lot of these commissions are that you've seen, some of the ones you've shared. I think it's okay because it's a one of a kind piece. I'm not making comics, I'm making commissions, one of a kind art pieces that, you know, it's a one time thing. I'm not mass producing them. So there's that. Okay, so there's the art books, there's comics, there's appearances. Let me see what else. I'm investing in my 401k if that matters to anybody.
Oh yeah. You got any good tips on what to invest in?
Oh gosh.
And if you say GameStop, I'll shut it off right now.
No, no, no. Of course not. Of course not. No, literally, I'm just investing in mutual funds. The ones that follow the certain portion of the market. As the market goes up, my stuff goes up. That's it. I don't have time to kind of investigate each company and ride the ups and downs. Not my window is 15 years. I gotta save up money and have enough to retire on, and you know, Lord knows my goals are. I'm not gonna reach them by 65. By 70, sure, but I don't want to be working till the time I'm 70. Screw that. I need time to draw.
Hey, I'm finally going to a job that has a 401k, so I'm so freaking psyched.
Oh yeah, take advantage of that. That's what I was telling you about your kid. Tell them to save half of that money. They'll thank you in 10 years when they can pay off their car off the spot, when they can get a down payment for their house on the spot because they got it instead of begging for it like I had to. Help me, man. Can you help me get the house? No, no, no. They'll thank you for that. And even if they don't, you'll be grateful because they didn't have to come to you for the down payment.
Oh yeah, no, and we try to be nice, and I have no money for a down payment. I put it on a convention. I'm a broke ass bitch now.
Okay. Well, let's hope you flip those tables over this Sunday, man. I wish you much success, you and Trish and the whole crew. I'm sure you got a lot of people that are part of this crazy ride and getting your first convention out there. So congratulations. I'm impressed as hell. I'm never gonna do anything like that. But please know if there's anything I can do, I'm on your corner.
No problem. Let me answer Tina's before I go into the whole Olo thing. I buy his books so I can get them signed, and I get them on Kindle to read. Don't want to damage the actual book.
Ah,
I
it's a
understand.
two-pronged strategy, yeah.
And see, I understand. I don't go with the Kindle. I usually kind of, if I get something signed or something, I'll go with the graphic novel. Down, wait a few months, get the graphic novel, and boom, then that way I can read the whole story, and I don't have to It's like, ooh, look it, I got Javier sign this, and I don't want to ever touch it.
It's a signature. It's not the plague, bro. You could touch it. It's okay. All right. Well, hey, let me give a shout out to Tina. Tina,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us tonight, and Alfred too. Uh, hey, we don't have conventions anymore to be in person. That's changing. But thank
Excuse
you
me,
for your
what?
support.
What?
Say
What?
what?
We don't have conventions anymore. What?
But
What?
that's
What?
changing. Wait a minute.
What's on
Are you
Sunday?
gonna argue with me? Is there a convention going on that I
I
don't know
think there
about?
might be a little convention going on Sunday.
Tell me more.
Let's see. Might be Olo. There we go. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead with your shout out to Tina. I just had
You
to.
caught on pretty quick. There you go. See. Okay, but yeah, Tina. Again, I'm glad that you took the time tonight and hung out with us and chatted with us, just like I asked you to, and you took advantage of the opportunity. And there you go, girl. All right. Thank you for your support, Alfred. Uh, I know this is time that I could have been drawing your comic book, but I got a life too. I hope you don't mind, and if you do, I don't care. And hey, everybody else that's watching this later on, feel free to reach out to me. You can do a quick search for J Lugo Art. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, DeviantArt. I may do ArtStation in a minute. I don't know if it's even worth the time, but uh, I'm easy to reach um, and easy to work with. So thank you again. And Steve, Trish, I can't believe it's been 2.5 hours. We've just barely, scratched the surface of chit
Oh
chatting and
yeah.
tucking it up and drinking. So
But see that just means I get to bring you back and we can continue.
I'll have beer the next time to truly support the cause.
Okay, that's fine.
I like Guinness. It's stout. I like it.
Hey,
I'll get dark lager and
hey,
we'll do this
see,
thing.
the Diet Pepsi is fine with a little rum in it. Everything's a little better with rum in it.
Mm. I was gonna say hallelujah. Yes, brother, preach it.
Now I was gonna feed off of Javier. Tina, don't be a stranger. Come back. We have the show every Thursday except for next week. Next week I will be out of town, so the show will be in 2 weeks with Anna
Zoo.
another artist, comic book creator, cover artist, another awesome, extraordinary talent. So she will be in 2 weeks, but my main focus for the last couple minutes is I gotta go talk with Alfred. I know we're friends on Facebook, and we don't really talk. But Alfred, at any time you want to be on the show, get hold of Trish, and we'll be on the show. We'll talk about your comic. We are here to celebrate the artists and creators. That's what we've always been for. That's what we started 6 years to do. The convention was always a dream, a what if. And I know a lot of people can understand that because, what if you made a comic book and it came to reality for you? Ours is, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we ever got our own convention? Well, it became reality for us. So, and we didn't have that without knowing all you guys, knowing Javier, knowing all the Alfreds out there, knowing all the Tinas out there. If it wasn't for everybody else, we wouldn't be where we're at this weekend. And of course, like we've said, it's Olo. It's going to be Olo Comic and Toy Show. It's going to be at the Central Florida Fairgrounds here off of East 50 or Colonial, as everybody knows it. It'll be 10 to 4 on Sunday, the 28th. It is $8 to get in. Children 12 and under are free. And we're going to have a lot of great vendors out there, artists. We even got a couple brand new artists. We got some aspiring artists that are going to be out there. A couple brand new vendors.
This is their first show.
This is their first show ever. So I want it to be a good show for them. Because we don't want to scare them out of the convention scene, because we need more people in the convention scene, as Javier knows. I would have loved to have Javier come over, but for a one-day show, I mean that's a trek for you to go and come back all in one day, and it's like so.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk, but there was a lot of people we wish we could have brought in, but with it being the first year show, and in the time we're one of the first shows, like you said, we're one of the first shows coming back into the scene. So I'm hoping the reaction we're having right now is a good reaction from everybody. Now, if we can get that reaction to show up on Sunday, we'll be happy.
Yeah, and your timing is excellent too. I got my income tax money, I got my stimulus money, I got all this pent up need to go out among people. I may show
That's
up
what
just
I'm
to buy
banking
some
on.
stuff, honestly.
See, we have some of the best comic book dealers out there. We got some of the best. Well, I'm gonna. We got Cosmic Times coming out. We got Silverline Comics. We got Second Sight Publishing coming out. We got a whole lot of people coming out for this. Um, I'm going to be honest. We have people still texting us and messaging us today, asking if we have tables open because they want to be part of it, and we have to keep telling everybody, "Sorry, we're sold out. We can put you on the waiting list," but everybody wants to be part of it, not just because it's us, but because it's actually something to do.
Yeah,
And
that's a good sign. That's a great sign, guys. You will be exhausted by Monday, but hopefully you will be having a lot of grins on your face and a lot of success. That's what I wish for you both.
Crossing our fingers.
yeah. So other than that, the show won't be back on for 2 weeks. And Azal will be our next guest. And after that will be Tom Ropp, because Brick City is going to be going on in April. So he'll be here talking about that, promoting that. And Tom's always a great guest because somebody who can keep up drinking with me.
Is he going to be on site or like this?
He'll be on site because he's
Nice.
old school. Like when we first started doing the show, it would be the guest would be over at our house, and we would do it. We would still do it to where we could talk with everybody, but everybody was on site, so we could sit and see. Oh yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah.
So Tom likes to still keep it personable, and I love the fact of doing it. So he'll be here in 3 weeks, and then of course Silverline will be here the next week because since they're a huge sponsor, we do a Silverline Spotlight every month, and he'll have whatever Kickstarter he has going on to support.
Yeah, he's got 2 books out now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teen
Beetle and Switchblade just came out.
Switchblade. Yes.
That one right now, the new Kickstarter is Friar Rush and Twilight Grim, because he does the flip books.
Oh, okay.
So currently the Kickstarter that he got going right now is Friar Rush and #2 and Twilight Grim #2.
Cool.
And see, I remember, I have to remember all this stuff all the time because I got to talk about it.
Yeah, I understand. It's part of the business. Yeah. And they're great people, and they're making brand new comics that we've never read before. Let's support.
We gotta have CES on here too.
One of these days. I believe American Eagle is going to be the first comic that's going to from the group that's actually going to get kickstarted, because we've had for so many years so many concepts, so many, I don't want to call them false starts because they're not false, they're true starts, but plans fall through and financing comes and goes, but it's enough. We needed to just get this domino effect started, and we got some wind under our sails. Hopefully, we'll have a successful Kickstarter, and here it is. We're going to start the age of CCS. I'm sure Jesse will be happy to speak with you about all of the cool projects that we're got our little fingers in.
Cool. And Tom Rupp says, looking forward to the show. I wonder if it's our show or his show. Okay. Could be either or.
Both. Yeah.
Because Tom has been a big help with this show. He is the not so silent partner. LOL, Tom. Okay.
He has been extremely helpful, and we couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah, because this used to be Olo was his baby. This was something that he was trying to get put on a few years ago, and every time he tried, something went wrong, like 2020 and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So, and he says both, all.
Okay.
But
Tom's good people. Yeah, absolutely.
Tom's a great person, and he entrusted us with this show that we wouldn't screw it over on him, and we're trying our best not to do that.
Hey, I do have to
You
say,
got
I
this, kid.
appreciate the government for giving out checks to attend Olo with.
Oh yeah, see, and Trish wants to do a shout out to the U.S. government for giving out the stimulus checks just in time for the show. Come and stimulate the economy at Olo.
That's right.
See, and that's a new post you got to put on.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Okay, any last things, Javier?
Well, do you want to know anything else about me? Now's the time, man. Speak up or forever hold your peace.
Oh no, because I'm going to have you on again, so I'll still have
Oh,
more
you're
questions
saving.
for you. See,
So you're
I can't-
saving all my love for you. I get it. Okay. No
oh yeah,
problem.
man. Because there is, I mean, if I could sit here and ask all the questions to everybody on the show, it'd be going 24/7.
I have to
Gotcha.
cut him
Okay.
off at some time.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she cuts me off a lot of times.
Okay. Well, Trish, hey, thank you for giving him all this time to speak with me. Thank you for being a great
You're so
silent
welcome.
host. It's been a pleasure, guys. Truly a pleasure, and I'd be happy to be back again. Should I be
Ditto.
worthy?
Okay, well, don't log out. I'm going to do the outro, and then we'll talk a little bit. All right.
You got it, brother. Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
See you guys, everybody, later. And Olo, come to Olo. Go to L Lugo or JL Lugo Art and support the indies.